Have you ever stood in the midst of a crowded room, surrounded by laughter and conversation, yet felt like the only one who truly sees? The only one who hears the whispers beneath the noise or feels the invisible weight of something undeniable? If you've ever asked yourself, why me? Why do I see what others don't? Why do I feel what others ignore? Know this, you're not alone. Welcome, beloved souls, to this space of truth, wisdom, and healing. Today, we're diving into one of the most profound spiritual gifts, the gift of discernment. This is more than just a video. It's a sacred moment for awakening, a conversation with the Spirit, and a chance to find clarity and purpose in what God has given you. Discernment is not merely a skill, it's a divine gift. The world might define it as the ability to notice small details, differentiate between similar things, or make intelligent judgments. But in the spiritual realm, discernment is so much deeper. It's the Holy Spirit whispering truths that others are too distracted to hear. It's God sharpening your vision to see what lies beneath the surface. Yet, let's be real. Having this gift isn't always easy. It can feel isolating, even heavy. You might wonder, why can't I be like everyone else? Why do I have to notice the cracks in their masks? Why does God reveal dangers that others fail to see? But let me assure you, there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, there's everything right with you. God chose you for this. Remember when Jesus said, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear"? This simple yet profound statement reminds us that not everyone is given the ability to perceive spiritual truths. Some lack the ears to hear, or the eyes to see, beyond the surface of life's circumstances. But you have been called. You are set apart. And with that calling comes a sacred responsibility. Discernment is an extraordinary gift, yet it can feel like a heavy weight. It's not something you can turn off or ignore. You walk into a room, and before anyone speaks, your spirit picks up on what lies beneath the surface. You sense who is genuine and who is not. You feel the tension in unspoken words, the sorrow behind forced smiles. It's as if truth pulls at you, demanding your attention. Imagine this scenario. A new colleague joins your workplace. Everyone immediately adores them, praising their charm, energy, and apparent goodness. They win over the room with their charisma. Yet something deep within you feels unsettled. While their words sound sweet, their spirit seems sharp, even manipulative. At first, you hesitate to share your thoughts. After all, why question someone everyone else seems to embrace so wholeheartedly? But over time, the truth begins to surface. This person betrays trust, spreads gossip, or maneuvers for personal gain at the expense of others. And there you are, quietly thinking, I knew it. I sensed it all along. That is discernment in action. A divine whisper alerting you to unseen realities. However, discernment isn't about being proven right or feeling superior. It's not a tool to criticize or condemn. Instead, it's about understanding what God is trying to reveal through your heightened awareness. Sometimes, He may be warning you to guard your heart against deception or danger. Other times, He may be urging you to pray for someone struggling internally, even when their outward appearance says otherwise. Discernment may also prepare you for moments of divine intervention, where your insight can set someone free. Perhaps you'll be called to speak a truth that illuminates someone's path, bringing clarity where confusion reigns or hope where despair lingers. The gift of discernment is both powerful and purposeful. It is a reminder that you are deeply connected to the Spirit of God, attuned to His guidance in ways others may not recognize. Though it can feel isolating to carry such awareness, it's ultimately a blessing, a safeguard for your soul, and a beacon of truth for those around you. Embrace it as the sacred gift it is, leaning into God's wisdom as He shows you what others cannot see. When you carry the gift of discernment, relationships take on a depth and complexity that others may not understand. It's not just about hearing someone's words, it's about sensing the spirit behind them. You pick up on the subtle currents of emotion and intention, often without anyone saying a word. You can tell when a cheerful smile masks jealousy, or when a polished demeanor hides insecurity or pain. This ability to see beyond the surface is both a blessing and a responsibility. A powerful example of discernment in action is found in Luke 7:36-50. Jesus was dining at the house of a Pharisee named Simon when a woman, known for her sinful past, entered the room. Weeping, she anointed Jesus' feet with expensive perfume, her tears mingling with the fragrance. Simon, silently judging her, thought to himself, "If this man were a prophet, he would know who is touching him and what kind of woman she is, that she is a sinner." But Jesus discerned far more than Simon's judgmental thoughts. He saw the woman's heart, a heart full of repentance, gratitude, and faith. While Simon focused on her past, Jesus focused on her transformation. He spoke forgiveness over her, saying, "Your faith has saved you. Go in peace." This moment captures the essence of discernment, seeing beyond appearances to the truth that only God can reveal. Jesus didn't simply notice her actions, he understood her motives and her heart. Through his discernment, he brought healing, restoration, and dignity to a woman who had been cast aside by society. Yet discernment is not always met with understanding. It can feel isolating, even lonely. When you see what others can't, you might hesitate to speak up, fearing they won't believe you or, worse, that they'll label you as judgmental. This is one of the most misunderstood aspects of discernment. It is not judgment. Judgment and discernment may appear similar, but they are fundamentally different. Judgment condemns, while discernment reveals. Judgment locks people into stereotypes, assumptions, or mistakes, but discernment opens the door to wisdom, growth, and truth. Judgment tears down, while discernment builds up. Consider another story, the Samaritan woman at the well in John 4. Jesus met her while she was drawing water and discerned her life story without her saying a word. He knew about her past, her multiple marriages and current relationship, but instead of condemning her, he offered her living water, a spiritual renewal that would transform her life. His insight wasn't used to shame her, it was used to heal her and guide her into truth. This is the heart of discernment. God doesn't give you this gift to tear people down, but to build them up, to protect them, and to guide them. Discernment allows you to see people as they are, flawed, broken, and in need of grace, yet still deeply loved by God. It calls you to approach others not with condemnation, but with compassion and wisdom. Despite its beauty and power, discernment can be a lonely gift. There's a weight to seeing what others overlook, and that weight can isolate you. You may find yourself hesitating to share your insights because you fear being misunderstood. People might accuse you of being negative or judgmental, unable to comprehend the depth of what you see. But here's the truth. Discernment isn't about tearing others down. It's about understanding what God is revealing. Sometimes, He's calling you to guard your heart against harm. Other times, He's equipping you to pray for someone, intercede on their behalf, or speak a truth that will set them free. Whatever the reason, discernment is always about aligning your perspective with God's wisdom and truth. When you possess the gift of discernment, your calling is to follow Jesus' example. Like Him, you are called to look beyond appearances and into the heart of every situation. Whether it's the woman anointing His feet in Luke 7 or the Samaritan woman at the well in John 4, Jesus used His discernment to guide, heal, and transform. So must you. God didn't give you discernment to magnify flaws or elevate yourself. He gave it to you as a tool for building His kingdom, for protecting those who cannot see the dangers ahead, and for drawing others closer to His truth. It's a gift meant to foster love, protection, and wisdom. When the weight of discernment feels heavy, remember this: you are not alone. Jesus, who discerned hearts with perfect clarity, understands the responsibility you carry. Lean into Him for strength and trust that His Spirit will guide you in using this gift wisely. Discernment may not always be easy, but it is sacred. In every moment you sense the unseen, remember that you are walking in step with the Spirit, fulfilling a divine purpose that brings glory to God and freedom to those He places in your path. Let's dive into a topic that is often overlooked yet deeply felt: the fear others have when they realize you can see through them. This isn't a fear they'll openly acknowledge. It's too vulnerable, too exposing. But it's there, etched in their actions. They avoid eye contact, shift uncomfortably in your presence, or become defensive even though you've said nothing. They may even label you as negative or too much, projecting their discomfort onto you because your very presence unsettles them. Why does this happen? Because discernment, the gift God has placed within you, has the power to shake people to their core. They sense, even if they can't articulate it, that you see what they're trying to hide. It could be their insecurities, motives, or even unrepentant sins. Your ability to perceive the truth makes them feel exposed, and exposure can be terrifying for those who prefer to live behind masks. It's not easy being the one who sees, the one who knows. Sometimes the weight of discernment feels too heavy. You might find yourself wishing you could unsee it all. Go back to living like everyone else, blissfully unaware of the tensions and hidden motives around you. But you can't. God gave you this gift for a reason, and with it comes both purpose and responsibility. Discernment isn't something you can switch on and off. It's a constant undercurrent in your life, a spiritual lens that brings clarity to what others cannot, or choose not to, see. This clarity is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a blessing, protecting you from deception and guiding you toward truth. On the other hand, it can feel isolating as those around you may misunderstand or resist the insights you share. But here's the truth. Their discomfort is not your burden to carry. Their fear of being seen is not your fault. Your gift was not given to you to please people or make them feel comfortable. It was given to align you with God's wisdom and purpose. Instead of shrinking back, embrace what God has entrusted to you. Recognize that the unease others feel is not a reflection of your character, but of their own. They are reacting to the light you carry, a light that pierces through shadows and reveals the truth. Yes, the weight of discernment can be heavy. There will be days when you long for the simplicity of ignorance, when seeing and knowing feels more like a burden than a blessing. But God, in His infinite wisdom, gave you this gift because He knew you could handle it. He equipped you with the strength to carry it and the wisdom to wield it with grace. Discernment is not just about spotting lies or sidestepping danger. It's also about something incredibly valuable: your time. Time is one of the most precious resources God has given you, and discernment acts as a divine safeguard to help you steward it wisely. Think about how much time people lose chasing the wrong relationships, staying in unfulfilling jobs, or walking paths that were never meant for them. They ignore warning signs and red flags, convincing themselves things will improve or that they're simply overthinking. All the while, they waste their energy and miss opportunities for growth and joy. But not you. God has equipped you with the gift of discernment, and this gift serves as a shield. It protects you from investing your heart, energy, and time in people or situations that don't align with His purpose for your life. Discernment sharpens your vision, allowing you to see the truth that lies beneath the surface. When others are blinded by charm or appearances, you can sense what is real and what is not. This protection comes with a cost, though. It might mean your circle of friends is smaller than most. You might find it harder to trust or connect with people until you've taken the time to understand their true character. But the trade-off is worth it. The friends you do keep are genuine, loyal, and aligned with your values. Let's be honest. Fake friends don't deserve a place in your life. People who wear masks, who manipulate or take advantage, only drain your energy and distract you from your God-given purpose. Your discernment ensures they don't stay, even if it means enduring the loneliness of pruning your relationships. It's not always easy to accept this reality. There may be moments when you envy those who seem surrounded by large social circles or thriving in worldly pursuits. But remember, quantity is not the same as quality. A crowded room of insincerity is far lonelier than standing firm in truth with just a few genuine companions. Your gift of discernment is not only a shield, but also a compass. It doesn't just keep you away from what's harmful. It guides you toward what's true, life-giving, and aligned with God's will. It saves you years of heartache by helping you avoid the traps that ensnare others. So, while discernment might feel like a burden at times, it's a profound blessing. It's God's way of preserving your time for what truly matters. Embrace it, knowing that it is His gift to protect your heart, shield your energy, and guide you into relationships and opportunities that reflect His love and purpose. Your time is too precious to be wasted, and through discernment, God is ensuring it is spent wisely. There will be moments when the sting of loneliness cuts deep. You'll see others laughing together in large, lively circles, seemingly carefree and surrounded by people. You might even find yourself wondering, why is my circle so small? Why do I feel so different? It's a natural question, especially when the world equates worth with the number of people around you. But here's a profound truth to hold on to: quality over quantity. What good is a crowd if it's built on pretense? What value is there in company when it's based on lies, hidden motives, or shallow connections? A room full of people can still leave you feeling lonely if those relationships lack authenticity. The world may celebrate numbers, but God celebrates truth. And that's where your discernment sets you apart. God has called you to something greater than fitting in. He has set you apart, and being set apart often requires standing alone. This can be painful, but it is also purposeful. God isn't isolating you as punishment. He is refining you, protecting you, and preparing you for relationships and opportunities that align with His divine will. Even in the moments when your solitude feels heavy, remember this: you are never truly alone. Jesus Himself promised, "I am with you always, to the very end of the age." His words are not just a fleeting assurance, but a deep, unchanging truth. The same Jesus who walked with outcasts, comforted the misunderstood, and embraced the misjudged is walking with you now. Think of the Samaritan woman at the well in John 4. She was an outcast, drawing water alone in the heat of the day to avoid the judgmental stares of her community. Yet Jesus met her there, in her isolation. He saw her, knew her, and spoke life into her circumstances. His presence transformed her shame into purpose. In the same way, Jesus meets you in your moments of loneliness. He understands the burden of being set apart because He lived it Himself. Rejected by many, misunderstood by even His closest followers, Jesus walked a path of isolation to fulfill His mission. And now, He walks with you on yours. Let this truth bring you comfort. Your small circle is not a reflection of your worth, but of God's care. He is pruning your relationships to ensure that only what is real and life-giving remains. Your discernment may keep your circle small, but it also keeps it strong. Let me take you back to the story of the prophet Elijah in 1 Kings 19. Elijah had just experienced a dramatic victory on Mount Carmel, where God revealed His power by consuming the altar with fire in front of the prophets of Baal. Yet despite this triumph, Elijah found himself fleeing for his life, threatened by Queen Jezebel. Exhausted, discouraged, and feeling utterly isolated, Elijah cried out to God, saying, "I have been very zealous for the Lord God Almighty. The Israelites have rejected your covenant, torn down your altars, and put your prophets to death. I am the only one left, and now they are trying to kill me too." In that moment, Elijah's words reveal a deep loneliness, a feeling that he was the only one who still stood for God, the only one carrying the weight of faithfulness in a faithless land. Perhaps you felt like this too. You look around and feel like no one else sees what you see or bears the burden you carry. It's a heavy feeling, the kind that makes you want to retreat from the world, just as Elijah did when he hid in the cave. But God, in His infinite mercy, reminded Elijah that he was not alone. God told him that there were still 7,000 in Israel who had not bowed to Baal or kissed him. This was a profound revelation. Elijah wasn't the only one standing for truth, even if it felt that way. God had preserved a remnant, faithful individuals Elijah hadn't yet seen or met. You might feel like Elijah sometimes, overwhelmed by the weight of discernment and the loneliness it can bring. It's easy to believe you're the only one who understands, the only one who perceives the truth in a world full of distractions and deceptions. But just as God reminded Elijah, He wants to remind you. You are not alone. God is with you. He walks with you in every moment of isolation, fear, and doubt. Just as He spoke to Elijah in a gentle whisper, He speaks to you, reassuring you of His presence and purpose. Beyond that, God has placed others in this world who understand what you're carrying, even if you haven't met them yet. They may be scattered, hidden from view for now, but they exist. People who share your calling, your struggles, and your desire to live for God's truth. Take heart in this truth. The isolation you feel is not the end of your story. God is working behind the scenes, connecting you to others in His timing. Like Elijah, you may feel like you're standing alone, but you are part of a greater community, a remnant of faithful souls who have not compromised their faith or calling. Your discernment is not a curse. It's not a punishment. It's a gift. And while it might set you apart, it also sets you free. Free from lies, free from the fake, free from the traps that others fall into. God has given you this gift because He knows you can handle it. He's equipped you with the strength to carry it, the wisdom to use it, and the grace to walk in it. When people don't understand you, keep walking. Trust the Holy Spirit. Their discomfort is not your problem. Their misunderstanding is not your burden. You are not here to please people. You are here to please God. As Proverbs 9:10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding." Your discernment is part of that wisdom. It's a sign that you are walking closely with God, that His Spirit is alive and active in you. You may not have a crowd cheering you on, but that's okay. You're not living for their approval. You're living for His. And He sees you, knows you, and understands what you're carrying. So keep trusting what you see, what you feel, what you know. God gave you this gift not to burden you, but to bless you. You are chosen, you are called, and you are never alone. Happy new month and welcome to the grand finale of the year, December. As we step into this season of joy, reflection, and celebration, let us anchor ourselves in the eternal truth from Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For many, December is a time of light, warmth, and connection. Yet, for those who have sown seeds of malice, envy, or deceit, it's shaping up to be a reckoning, a season where the darkness they cultivated returns to overshadow their lives. While you're basking in blessings, they're grappling with the consequences of their own choices. Their holiday season? Let's just say it's less about joy and more about chaos. The energy they invested in dimming your light has circled back, leaving them in a void of their own creation. This isn't mere karma, it's cosmic justice unfolding with a holiday twist. Today, we're diving into how this season of celebration has turned into an unrelenting nightmare for those who dared to come against a chosen one. Stay tuned, because by the end of this, you'll not only understand the cosmic balance at work, but also feel empowered to embrace your season of triumph with gratitude and peace. The holidays are a time of reflection, a season that forces everyone to sit with the choices they've made throughout the year. For your enemies, this means facing a reckoning they can no longer escape. For months, they may have schemed, gossiped, and plotted against you, comforted by the illusion that their actions carried no consequences. But life has a way of catching up, and this December, they're reaping what they've sown. Their relationships are strained as those around them begin to see through their facade. Financial struggles mount, not because of bad luck, but because of misplaced priorities and chaotic energy. Their mental peace? Shattered. Every quiet moment becomes a battle against the haunting realization that their negativity has backfired spectacularly. While you thrive in a space of gratitude and growth, their world feels hollow. Every smile they fake, every holiday carol they hear is a cruel reminder of how far they've fallen. The holiday season amplifies everything, including regret, and for them, it's a glaring spotlight on their failures. Your enemies comforted themselves with the belief that you would remain stuck, defeated, or irrelevant. But the holidays have a way of exposing the truth, and your undeniable glow-up is now the one thing they can't escape. Every milestone you've achieved, every success you've celebrated is a loud declaration of their failure to sabotage you. It's not just envy they feel, it's the harsh realization that their efforts only sharpened your focus and fueled your rise. Mutual friends and social circles can't stop talking about your accomplishments. Your wins are plastered across social media, shining brighter than any holiday lights. Even their thoughts betray them, replaying scenes of your triumphs over and over. The most painful part for them? They now realize they played an unintentional role in your success. The obstacles they put in your path became stepping stones for your growth. And while you rise effortlessly, radiating peace and confidence, they remain stuck in the same place, spinning their wheels and choking on their own bitterness. Karma doesn't follow human timelines, but its precision is flawless. It waits, quietly accumulating momentum, until the perfect moment to strike. Your enemies spent the year believing they'd escape the consequences of their actions. They whispered lies, planted seeds of doubt, and tried to dim your light, while believing they had escaped accountability. But as the holiday season unfolds, karma arrives, delivering reality checks with poetic precision. The very traps they laid for you have turned on them. Plans they crafted to hinder your progress are now the chains binding them. Financial struggles creep in like an unwelcome guest, fracturing the facade of stability they once flaunted. Relationships they once neglected or manipulated begin to crumble under the weight of their deceit. Unexpected setbacks, missed opportunities, failed ventures, and sudden losses strike at the moments they most desperately need calm and clarity. As the world around them celebrates joy and connection, they are quietly unraveling. The irony? They're forced to witness your blessings in full bloom. Everything they tried to block for you now flourishing in abundance. Every accomplishment of yours, every smile, every instance of peace and progress serves as a stark reminder of their failure to hold you back. This holiday season, karma isn't just balancing the scales, it's shining a spotlight on the truth. You've risen above their efforts, and they're left grappling with the darkness they created. Your energy was their lifeline, even if they never admitted it. Whether it was through manipulation, criticism, or simply being in your orbit, they thrived on siphoning your light to fill their own voids. They masked their reliance with pride, never admitting how much they needed you to distract from their own insecurities. But this year, you withdrew. And not in anger or revenge, you did it calmly and deliberately, choosing peace over toxicity. You didn't argue, explain, or engage in their chaos. You simply stepped away. That quiet retreat was more profound than any confrontation, leaving them to grapple with the one thing they couldn't prepare for: your absence. Now, without you, their world feels smaller, colder, and more unstable. The insecurities they once projected onto you now loom larger in the silence you left behind. They scramble to find replacements, seeking validation through new friendships, distractions, or superficial connections. But nothing works. Because your energy wasn't just unique, it was irreplaceable. It brought warmth, perspective, and a grounding presence they could never replicate. What's worse for them is that your withdrawal wasn't born from malice but self-respect, making it impossible for them to justify their actions. In your absence, they're forced to confront themselves, stripped of the support, attention, and emotional supply they once took for granted. That emptiness feels like a punishment they never anticipated, leaving them to wonder how they let something so vital slip away. Your decision to withdraw wasn't just a step toward your peace, it was the mirror that forced them to face their own lack. The holiday season is merciless for those who hide behind facades. All year long, they work tirelessly to project an image of success, happiness, and control. To the outside world, they appeared polished and confident, but the weight of their pretense begins to crumble under the warm, revealing glow of December. Family gatherings and social events become unrelenting mirrors, reflecting the gaps in their carefully constructed stories. Forced smiles fail to hide the emptiness in their eyes. Tales of success, once delivered with practiced ease, now sound hollow, failing to convince even the most casual listener. As the festive atmosphere encourages openness and connection, the people around them start noticing the cracks. Inconsistencies become impossible to ignore, and the polished mask they've worn so confidently all year begins to slip. The truths they worked so hard to bury rise to the surface. The relationships they sabotaged, the bridges they burned, and the lies they wove come back to haunt them piece by piece. What was once hidden is now glaringly obvious, leaving them exposed. Isolation becomes their uninvited companion as they face the harsh reality that the image they created can no longer shield them from the truth. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts of strength, but for those expecting retaliation, it's deeply unsettling. When you chose to rise above their schemes and release the weight of their actions, you didn't just free yourself. You placed them in a prison of their own guilt. They may have prepared for arguments, counterattacks, or attempts at revenge, but your calm grace was something they never anticipated. By refusing to engage in their drama, you stripped away their ability to justify their behavior. Without your anger or resistance to blame, they can no longer position you as the problem or use conflict to validate their actions. What remains is the unfiltered truth, the reality of what they've done, staring them in the face without distraction or excuse. This truth becomes unbearable during a season centered on peace, reflection, and goodwill. The warmth of the holidays only magnifies the coldness within them, forcing them to confront the darkness of their own choices. Your forgiveness wasn't just an act of release, it was a mirror, one that reflects their pettiness, jealousy, and deceit in stark clarity. And in that silence, they're left haunted, realizing that the only battle they're fighting now is with themselves. Your absence carries a weight and finality that no confrontation ever could. For those who built their identity around opposing you, whether through envy, criticism, or subtle sabotage, the realization that you've moved on is nothing short of devastating. They thrived on the conflict, feeding off every reaction, every disagreement, and every moment of attention they managed to extract from you. For them, your energy, whether it was positive or defensive, became a validation of their relevance. Now that you've chosen to step away, their carefully constructed world begins to unravel. They're left with a void that feels impossibly vast, and they don't know how to fill it. This emptiness isn't just about missing the dynamic they once shared with you. It's the stark realization of how much they relied on your presence to distract from their own inner turmoil. Their fixation on you was never truly about who you are. It was about how you made them feel about themselves. You were a mirror, reflecting back their insecurities, shortcomings, and unresolved struggles. By focusing on you, they could avoid looking inward and confronting the parts of themselves they didn't want to face. But now, without you, that mirror is gone, and they're forced to see their reflection unfiltered. Without someone to criticize, provoke, or measure themselves against, they're left with the uncomfortable truth of their own irrelevance. The silence you've left behind is deafening, and it speaks to the power of your decision to prioritize peace over pointless battles. In stepping away, you didn't just reclaim your energy. You also left them to grapple with the emptiness they've created, one they can no longer blame on you. The holidays have a funny way of revealing hidden truths. For your enemies, this season becomes a nightmare, as the secrets they thought were safely buried start bubbling to the surface. It could be something as small as a slip of the tongue during dinner or an offhand comment that sparks suspicion. Gossip spreads quickly at holiday parties, and whispers become louder as people start piecing together inconsistencies in their stories. The image of success, happiness, or moral superiority they carefully constructed throughout the year begins to crumble. Their lies no longer hold up under scrutiny, and their deceptions catch up with them in real time. The result? Embarrassment that's impossible to hide, isolation as others pull away, and the harsh realization that their web of deceit is unraveling faster than they can manage. During a season meant for reflection and connection, they're instead consumed by the consequences of their actions. Their mask falls, and with it, the illusion they fought so hard to uphold, leaving them exposed and alone in the spotlight of truth. The universe is guided by principles of balance, and this season, it's realigning the scales with precision. For those who have sown seeds of malice, deceit, or negativity, the holidays are becoming a reckoning rather than a time of joy. No amount of distractions, whether through lavish shopping sprees, extravagant parties, or over-the-top festivities, can hide the quiet judgment that is now catching up with them. Physical and emotional stress begin to manifest in ways they can't ignore. Sleepless nights, unexplained fatigue, and nagging anxieties creep in, reflecting the turmoil they've spent so much energy trying to mask. Financial strain surfaces too. Unexpected expenses, dwindling resources, or failed ventures highlight the consequences of misplaced priorities. Relationships that once seemed stable now crack under the weight of unspoken tensions, unresolved betrayals, or years of neglect. This isn't just karma, it's the universe working to restore balance, ensuring they face the harvest of their own actions. The negativity they've put into the world returns to them, amplified, forcing them to confront the consequences they once thought they could escape. During a season meant for peace and reflection, they are instead burdened with the weight of what they've sown, unable to avoid the scales of justice being tipped back into equilibrium. Your success is the ultimate disruption to their carefully crafted narratives. For years, they worked tirelessly to portray you as incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail, weaving stories designed to diminish your value in the eyes of others. They clung to these falsehoods, using them to elevate their own image and gain sympathy or favor in social circles. But now, your undeniable achievements are dismantling their lies piece by piece. Every milestone you've reached, every victory you've celebrated, shines a glaring light on the truth, leaving no room for their deceptions to thrive. Mutual friends, family, and colleagues begin to notice the stark contrast between their claims and your reality. The version of you they tried to sell doesn't align with the confident, successful person standing before everyone today. As your glow becomes impossible to ignore, their credibility starts to crumble. The seeds of doubt they planted about you now grow against them, eroding the trust they once manipulated so skillfully. Those who once believed their stories begin to question their motives, leaving your enemies exposed, while your success speaks louder than any defense you could ever offer. The festive season is a time of connection, warmth, and shared joy. But for your enemies, it becomes a glaring reminder of the emptiness they've created for themselves. While others gather around tables filled with laughter, love, and meaningful conversations, they're left confronting the consequences of their actions. The relationships they sabotaged, the trust they broke, and the love they neglected now leave them isolated in a season that thrives on togetherness. Every moment of celebration they witness feels like a painful contrast to their reality. The bridges they burned in their quest for control or superiority now stand as stark reminders of the support and connection they've lost. Friends who once stood by them have grown distant, tired of their negativity or manipulation. Family members, weary of their deceit, have chosen peace over confrontation. Even their superficial relationships feel hollow, unable to fill the void of genuine connection. No amount of decorations, Extravagant celebrations or gifts can mask the loneliness that hangs heavy in their hearts. The season meant for joy instead amplifies the silence around them, forcing them to reckon with the choices that have left them on the outside looking in. The ultimate reckoning for your enemies is not just facing the consequences of their actions, it's being forced to witness your blessings unfold. Every milestone you reach, every joyful moment you share, and every step forward in your journey becomes a vivid reminder of their failure to hold you back. They can't avoid it, no matter how much they try. Your success is everywhere, shining brighter with each passing day. Mutual friends talk about your achievements with admiration. Your glow is unmistakable in social settings, and your progress is undeniable. It's not just that you've risen above their efforts to tear you down, it's that you've thrived in ways they never imagined possible. While they struggle in a season of chaos, dealing with setbacks, strained relationships, and internal turmoil, you are stepping into a season of triumph. This stark contrast is inescapable for them. Every holiday celebration, every cheerful post, and every mention of your success feels like a spotlight on their inability to dim your light. It's a reality they're forced to live with, one that shows them the true power of resilience and grace. While their negativity consumed them, it only fueled your rise. And now they're left watching from the sidelines as you thrive. This holiday season isn't about revenge. It's about balance, the natural order of the universe restoring what is right. While your enemies grapple with the weight of their choices, you're stepping boldly into a future illuminated by light, peace, and purpose. Every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, has prepared you for this moment. Now is the time to celebrate your resilience. Honor the growth that came from your struggles and the strength that carried you through. This is your season to shine, to cherish the blessings you've earned, and to embrace the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. And remember, the best is yet to come. If this message resonates with you, please subscribe to our channel, because together, we're rising to new heights of purpose and greatness. Let's move forward in unity and power, ready to conquer what's next. From the moment of our first breath to the tentative steps of childhood, some of us carry an invisible mark, a subtle yet profound sign of being set apart. It's as if, from the beginning, the Creator had woven a unique thread into the fabric of our lives, scattering clues along the journey to reveal a divine purpose. These clues, often veiled in simplicity, point to a greater mission, a destiny beyond the ordinary. Have you ever felt different, as if you carried a secret even you couldn't fully grasp? This feeling, far from being a burden, may be the first indication that your life has been touched by the divine, preparing you for something extraordinary. While the signs may vary, there is a quiet rhythm to their presence, whispers of the divine that resonate within the depths of our being. Let's explore these signs, those gentle nudges from above that reveal you've been chosen from the very beginning. From an early age, many chosen individuals experience an acute sensitivity to the world around them. It's as if their senses are tuned to a different frequency, picking up subtleties others overlook. Perhaps you remember moments as a child when the world seemed to speak to you in ways you couldn't explain, when a simple sunset stirred something profound in your heart, or when you felt deeply connected to the unseen forces that guide all creation. This heightened awareness often manifests as an extraordinary empathy. You might have felt the emotions of others as if they were your own, even before you fully understood what those feelings meant. These moments of deep connection are not random. They are evidence of a soul attuned to the divine, a heart designed to feel deeply in order to serve profoundly. For some, this awareness emerges through vivid dreams or moments of startling intuition. Perhaps you had dreams that felt more real than reality itself, visions that hinted at the future or provided comfort in moments of fear. These glimpses of the unknown are like threads in a tapestry, drawing you closer to your purpose. Another hallmark of being chosen is an inexplicable yearning to serve. a deep-seated desire to uplift, protect, and comfort others, even from a young age. This innate sense of responsibility often transcends typical childhood behavior, revealing itself in subtle but significant ways. It's as if a quiet voice within compels you to act with kindness and compassion, not out of obligation, but from a place of genuine connection and purpose. These early stirrings of service are not random. They are profound indicators of a divine calling beginning to surface in your life. Perhaps you can recall moments when, without being prompted, you felt an irresistible need to step in and help someone in need. On the playground, you may have been the child who mediated disputes, instinctively understanding the importance of harmony. While others might have shied away, you stood up for the underdog, offering a kind word or defending someone being treated unfairly. These small but significant actions were not just acts of kindness. They were whispers of something greater, a heart aligned with a higher mission. For some, this yearning to serve manifested in a deep connection to nature or animals. Maybe you found joy in nurturing a wounded bird, caring for a stray, or simply marveling at the beauty of creation. You felt an unexplainable sense of responsibility for all living things, as though their well-being was somehow tied to your own. This sensitivity wasn't a weakness. It was a reflection of a soul called to protect and preserve, a glimpse of your capacity to bring healing to a broken world. This call to serve also often extends to emotional and spiritual care. Even as a child, you may have found yourself comforting those in pain, offering words that seem to carry wisdom far beyond your years. You might have been the one people turned to, sensing your quiet strength and ability to listen without judgment. While others might have seen such moments as fleeting, they were profound milestones on your journey, shaping you into someone capable of great compassion and selflessness. These instincts, while seemingly ordinary, carry deep spiritual significance. They are the Creator's way of preparing you for the path ahead, planting seeds of purpose that would grow and flourish with time. This yearning to serve is not a burden. It is a gift, a reflection of the divine love that flows through you, meant to touch the lives of others. As you look back on these moments, consider how they shaped your character and illuminated your path. These early signs are reminders that your life has always been guided by an invisible hand, preparing you for a mission far greater than yourself. Embrace this calling, for it is through service that the light within you shines brightest. Do you remember those moments as a child when talking to God felt as natural as speaking to a dear friend? Perhaps you whispered your hopes, fears, or dreams into the stillness, feeling as though He was right there beside you, listening intently. For some, this relationship was built in quiet moments, like lying under the stars or sitting alone in a room, where the invisible presence of the divine felt almost tangible. These experiences were more than childhood imaginings. They were manifestations of divine love, a quiet reassurance that you were never alone. Perhaps you also experienced unexplainable peace during times of chaos or fear, as if an unseen hand had wrapped you in a protective embrace. Whether during a storm, a family conflict, or moments of loneliness, this peace wasn't just a fleeting feeling, but a profound spiritual connection. It was a reminder of the Creator's ever-present care and the deep bond you shared with Him, even before you fully understood it. Chosen individuals often exhibit a unique spiritual sensitivity from an early age, a deep awareness of the sacred woven into the fabric of everyday life. This sensitivity may have emerged in prayer, where you felt a sense of comfort and closeness that defied words, or in a fascination with sacred stories and teachings. Perhaps you were drawn to tales of faith, courage, and divine intervention, feeling a personal connection to the lessons they carried. For others, this connection to the Creator revealed itself in a natural inclination toward reflection or awe in the presence of creation. Do you recall standing in a forest, on a beach, or even in your backyard and feeling as if the trees, the wind, and the stars were alive with God's presence? This sense of wonder, this overwhelming awareness of something greater, was not accidental. It was a divine breadcrumb, a subtle yet powerful signpost leading you toward your purpose. These moments of spiritual sensitivity, though they may have seemed ordinary at the time, were profound indicators of your unique connection with the Creator. They were gifts, reminders that you were set apart for a greater mission. Even as a child, you may have sensed an invisible thread linking your heart to God's, pulling you towards something extraordinary. As you reflect on these experiences, you may realize they were not coincidences. They were deliberate touches of divine grace, carefully placed to guide you. These moments, no matter how fleeting, were whispers of your calling, encouraging you to trust in the plan the Creator has for your life. In recognizing these signs, you begin to understand the depth of your spiritual journey. They are a reminder that the path you walk has always been illuminated by God's light, a light that grows brighter as you embrace your purpose. Being chosen is not a promise of an easy life. On the contrary, it often means walking a path marked by unique challenges, trials that appear early in life and shape the person you are destined to become. Those called to a divine mission frequently encounter feelings of being misunderstood, isolated, or out of place. As a child, you may have sensed that you didn't quite fit in, that your thoughts and desires set you apart from your peers, or even your own family. This loneliness, while painful, was not without purpose. It was a part of the Creator's design, preparing you for the weight of a mission that requires both strength and compassion. You may recall moments when you had to draw on reserves of strength you didn't even know you possessed. Perhaps it was during a time of loss, rejection, or struggle, when every instinct told you to give up, yet something deep within compelled you to press on. These trials were not punishments. They were preparations. Like gold refined in fire, these experiences were meant to purify and strengthen your character, revealing the resilience, courage, and empathy required to fulfill your divine purpose. Loneliness often serves as a crucible for those chosen by God. It creates space for reflection, connection with the divine, and a deeper understanding of yourself and the world. The sense of not belonging teaches you to look beyond the surface, to seek meaning and connection in places others may overlook. It fosters a profound empathy for others who struggle, making you a beacon of hope for those in need. Such challenges also develop resilience, the ability to stand firm in faith and purpose, even when life feels overwhelming. With every obstacle overcome, you grow stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the divine guidance that sustains you. Each victory, no matter how small, is a testament to the Creator's hand at work in your life, shaping you into someone capable of carrying out a mission that transcends your own limitations. Have you ever paused to consider the pattern of these trials in your life? Perhaps they seemed random at the time, yet looking back, you can see how each hardship prepared you for the next, building layer upon layer of strength and understanding. These experiences, though painful, are like tools placed in your hands, tools you'll use to lift others, to heal, to lead, or to inspire. While being chosen comes with unique struggles, it also comes with an abundance of grace. The Creator walks beside you through every trial, providing the strength you need at just the right moment. In those times when you felt like giving up but found the courage to carry on, it wasn't by your own power. It was divine intervention, a reminder that you are never alone. Remember, the challenges you face are not random. They are part of a greater plan, equipping you for the extraordinary purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Embrace them, for they are not barriers but stepping stones, leading you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Many chosen ones can recall moments during their childhood when they felt inexplicably protected, as though an unseen force intervened at just the right moment to shield them from harm. Perhaps you narrowly avoided a dangerous situation, a sudden shift that defied explanation, or felt a calming presence when fear threatened to overwhelm you. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are tangible signs of God's hand at work in your life, evidence of a greater plan unfolding even when you were unaware. Looking back, patterns often emerge where coincidence gives way to divine intention. You may recall the appearance of a kind teacher or mentor during a difficult time, someone whose guidance and care shaped your path in profound ways. Perhaps a book or message landed in your hands unexpectedly, offering clarity or inspiration that resonated deeply within you. Maybe it was a seemingly chance encounter, a conversation with a stranger, or an opportunity that came out of nowhere that changed the trajectory of your life. These events, though they may have seemed ordinary in the moment, were not accidents. They were carefully orchestrated by the Creator to steer you toward your destiny. These moments of divine protection and intervention often serve as turning points. They remind us that, even in our most vulnerable or uncertain times, we are not alone. The Creator's presence is constant, guiding and preserving us in ways we may not fully understand until later. For some, these experiences may be dramatic, being pulled back from danger at the last second or surviving a situation against all odds. For others, they may be quieter, yet no less powerful, like finding solace in unexpected places or feeling a profound sense of peace during a storm. As you reflect on your life, consider these moments not as random blessings but as intentional acts of grace. They are divine breadcrumbs, guiding you step by step toward the purpose you were created to fulfill. Each instance of protection or intervention is a reminder of your unique calling, a reassurance that your life is unfolding according to a divine plan. Take these memories to heart, for they are a testament to the Creator's unfailing love and the extraordinary path set before you. Even when the road ahead feels uncertain, trust that the same hand that protected and guided you in the past continues to do so, leading you closer to your destiny. As chosen individuals grow, they often experience a quiet but powerful resistance to conforming to societal norms. While the world seems intent on pushing everyone into predefined molds, dictating how we should think, act, and live, something deep within you resists this pull. This resistance isn't born of rebellion or defiance, but of a deeper truth, a divine purpose yearning to express itself through your unique path. You may have found yourself feeling different from those around you, as though you were walking a path that others couldn't quite understand. This sense of being out of step with the world may have left you questioning why you didn't fit in, why you saw things differently, or why your heart longed for something more. But this discomfort is not a flaw. It is a sign of your calling. You were not created to follow the crowd, but to lead, to carve a path that others might eventually follow, to be a light where darkness prevails. This inner resistance is a gift, a divine nudge reminding you that you were made for something greater. It challenges you to rise above the noise, to hold fast to your values, and to embrace the unique perspective you bring to the world. While it may feel isolating at times, this separation from the ordinary is what sets you apart for extraordinary purposes. Over time, as you embrace this calling, the discomfort of being different transforms into the courage to stand firm in your purpose. Your light, once hidden, begins to shine brightly, illuminating not only your path but also offering hope and inspiration to those searching for their own. This resistance is a reminder. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to shine. From time to time, chosen individuals experience moments of profound clarity or wisdom that seem to transcend their years. Even as children or young adults, they find themselves speaking or acting in ways that surprise not only those around them, but even themselves. Perhaps you recall a moment when you offered comfort to someone in deep pain, speaking words of encouragement or insight that felt as though they came from a place far beyond your understanding. These moments are not mere coincidences. They are glimpses of divine wisdom working through you, preparing you for the greater mission you are destined to fulfill. You may have encountered situations where others were overwhelmed or confused, yet you found solutions with ease. These moments often come unbidden, a sudden flash of insight, or an intuitive knowing that guides you to the right action. They are reminders of your connection to the Creator, evidence of a wisdom that flows through you, not as a result of study or effort, but as a gift aligned with your divine purpose. These experiences are not just isolated events. They are markers of the unique calling placed upon your life. Each instance of clarity, whether it involved offering advice, solving a problem, or simply being a source of calm in chaos, serves as preparation for the larger mission ahead. They build confidence in your ability to trust the divine guidance within you, encouraging you to lean into your purpose with faith and courage. As you reflect on these moments, recognize them for what they are: signs of the Creator's hand at work in your life. They are gentle affirmations that you are being equipped for something extraordinary, a mission that will require you to channel this divine wisdom for the benefit of others and for the fulfillment of a greater plan. Recognizing the signs of being chosen is an important first step, but it is only the beginning of the journey. The real challenge, and the greatest fulfillment, comes in embracing your calling and allowing it to shape every aspect of your life. This means letting your divine purpose influence your decisions, guide your relationships, and transform your perspective on the world. It requires courage to step into the unknown, humility to recognize that this path is not about personal glory, and an unwavering commitment to live in alignment with the higher purpose for which you were created. The modern world, with its endless distractions and competing values, can make this journey difficult. Social pressures, material pursuits, and the noise of daily life may try to drown out the quiet, persistent voice of the divine within you. It's easy to lose focus when the world seems to pull you in 100 directions at once, tempting you to conform, to compromise, or to abandon your calling altogether. But staying true to your purpose means resisting this noise and remaining anchored in faith. It involves creating space in your life for reflection, prayer, and a deep connection to the Creator. It means choosing integrity when it would be easier to follow the crowd, and holding on to hope when doubt threatens to take over. Embracing your calling doesn't mean life will be without challenges, but it does mean your life will have meaning. Each decision rooted in faith, each relationship built on love, and each step taken with purpose becomes part of a greater tapestry, one that reflects the divine plan for your life. By staying true to your path, you shine a light for others, showing that living a life guided by purpose is not only possible, but profoundly transformative. Being chosen is not about achieving perfection but embracing progress. It's a journey of growth, where each step you take toward your divine purpose is a victory worth celebrating. No matter how small the action, a quiet moment of compassion, a word of encouragement offered to someone in need, or a decision to choose love over fear. These acts are reflections of the divine light within you. They are markers of your alignment with the Creator's plan, shining evidence that you are walking the path intended for you. Your imperfections and struggles are not barriers to this journey. They are some of your greatest tools. They allow you to connect with others on a deeply human level, forging bonds through shared experiences of pain, doubt, or failure. These moments of vulnerability give you the unique ability to offer hope and guidance to those navigating their own challenges. Your scars are not signs of weakness, but testaments to the strength and resilience that divine grace has cultivated within you. As you continue on this journey, remain open to the divine signs and guidance that surround you. These signs may come in many forms: a gentle breeze that stirs your spirit, the comfort of silence in a chaotic moment, or an unexpected encounter that changes your perspective. Even life's twists and turns, the moments that seem random or unplanned, often carry the fingerprints of a greater design. By staying attentive to these whispers of grace, you allow the Creator to guide your steps. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow, to serve, and to shine your light more brightly. Trust that even in your imperfections, you are perfectly equipped for the unique purpose you were chosen to fulfill. Progress, not perfection, is the heartbeat of your journey. You are not alone in your journey. Across the globe, there exists a community of chosen ones, each walking their own unique path, yet united by a shared purpose. While your experiences and calling may be distinct, the challenges, triumphs, and spiritual truths that shape your journey are part of a larger tapestry. Together, we have the power to illuminate a world that often feels overshadowed by fear, doubt, and despair. Through our collective light, we can bring hope, healing, and transformation to the lives we touch. If these words resonate with your heart, consider taking the next step. Share your story, the moments of divine intervention, the struggles that shaped you, and the victories that strengthened your faith. There is immense power in storytelling, in offering your journey as a beacon for others. By sharing, you invite others to recognize the divine threads in their own lives, helping them feel less alone and more connected to a greater purpose. Equally important is the opportunity to connect with those who feel the same divine pull. When we come together, we create a space of encouragement, support, and shared wisdom. This unity strengthens our resolve, making us more resilient in the face of challenges and more effective in fulfilling our mission. Alone, we may feel small and limited, but united, we become a force for change, love, and purpose. Your story matters, and so does your connection to this global community of chosen ones. By stepping forward, you not only deepen your own journey but also inspire others to embrace theirs. Together, we can shine brighter, walk farther, and bring more light to the world. The path is never walked alone, and the strength of many can accomplish what one cannot. Being chosen is both a profound privilege and a meaningful responsibility. It is an invitation to live a life of intention, love, and service, guided by a higher purpose. As you walk this remarkable journey, remember this truth. You were not chosen because of perfection, but because of the unique gifts and experiences that make you perfectly suited to fulfill a purpose only you can accomplish. Embrace your calling wholeheartedly. Let your light shine brightly in a world that is yearning for hope, kindness, and truth. Every step you take, every act of love and service, creates a ripple effect that inspires and uplifts those around you. Trust in the divine within you. It is a powerful force capable of transforming not only your life but the lives of others. If this message has inspired you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and join us on this journey of faith, purpose, and growth. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Together, we can support and encourage one another on this divine journey. May God's grace guide you and strengthen you in every step of your path. Remember, you are not alone. You are chosen, loved, and called to make a difference. Amen. Welcome, beloved of God. If you've stumbled across this message today, it's no coincidence. Divine alignment has brought you here, and something extraordinary is about to unfold in your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are on the brink of a breakthrough, and this moment is the key to unlocking the promises of God in your life. The truth we're about to uncover isn't new, it's eternal. Yet, it holds the power to revolutionize how you face your battles, claim your victories, and walk in your God-given purpose. Before we dive deeper, let me take a moment to thank you for supporting this channel. Your prayers, likes, shares, and donations through Super Thanks fuel this ministry, helping us spread God's word to countless hearts. If this message stirs your spirit, I invite you to comment 77 below as a declaration of faith that you are ready to receive the fullness of God's promises. Now pause and reflect on a powerful statement from Jesus. It is finished. These three words hold the weight of eternity, the fulfillment of God's redemptive plan for humanity. But what does this mean for you today? How does this truth apply to the struggles you face, the chains you long to break, and the blessings you've been praying for? Stay with me, because the revelation that follows may be the key to unlocking everything you've been seeking. Imagine a love so pure, so selfless, that it willingly endures unimaginable pain to bring you freedom. This love is more than words. It is action. It is the love of Christ, who chose to bear the weight of every sin, sickness, and sorrow for your healing and restoration. Have you ever felt so broken that healing seemed impossible? So burdened by life's struggles that peace felt like a distant dream? Isaiah 53 verse 5 reminds us of the profound sacrifice made for us. But he was pierced for our transgressions, he was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. This verse encapsulates the heart of Jesus' mission. His wounds were not accidental. They were purposeful, designed to carry the weight of our pain and bring us healing. It wasn't just physical suffering he endured. It was an act of divine exchange, his life for your wholeness. Think about it. The King of Glory, the creator of the universe, willingly submitted himself to humiliation and agony. Why? Because his love for you is immeasurable. When he carried the cross, he also carried every emotional wound, every sickness, and every burden you would ever face. Jesus' suffering wasn't limited to his time on earth. It transcends time, extending into your life today. Matthew 8:17 confirms, "This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases." When Jesus endured lashes, it wasn't just an act of brutality. Each stripe was a declaration of victory over every illness, heartache, and spiritual affliction. His wounds became the bridge between our brokenness and God's healing power. As 1 Peter 2:24 declares, "He himself bore our sins in his body on the tree, that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds, you have been healed." This healing isn't just physical. It's a profound restoration that touches every part of who you are. It's emotional, reaching into the deepest wounds of your heart, offering comfort for the pain you thought no one could see. It's spiritual, bridging the gap that sin created and drawing you back into the arms of a loving God who never stopped pursuing you. It's mental, replacing the chaos of anxiety and fear with peace that surpasses understanding. And yes, it is physical, bringing strength and renewal to your body in ways only he can. Through his sacrifice, Jesus has opened the door to complete wholeness. His love doesn't just mend what is broken, it transforms it into something new, something beautiful. Every scar becomes a testimony, every weakness a reminder of his strength working within you. The cross is the ultimate declaration that you are not beyond repair. You are seen, loved, and made whole. Now imagine living with this truth deeply rooted in your heart. How would it change your daily life? Would fear lose its grip, knowing that you're held in hands capable of restoring anything? Would your relationships deepen, reflecting the same love and forgiveness you've received? Would you embrace challenges with confidence, trusting that nothing is beyond his ability to redeem? This is not just a promise, it's an invitation. Believe this truth, and let it transform the way you think, act, and live. Your story is still being written, and with him, every chapter is one of healing, restoration, and purpose. But will you take the first step toward living in the fullness of this truth? When Jesus declared, "It is finished," he wasn't just marking the end of his earthly mission. He was proclaiming that every price for your salvation, healing, and freedom had been paid in full. Every sin, every struggle, every sickness, he carried it all so you wouldn't have to. Romans 8:11 assures us, "And if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead is living in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies because of his spirit who lives in you." The same power that raised Jesus from the grave, the power that overcame death, sin, and the forces of darkness, is alive in you today. It's not a distant or passive force. It is active, present, and available to transform every area of your life. This power isn't confined to the forgiveness of sins, though that alone is extraordinary. It goes far beyond, reaching into the deepest brokenness of your heart, mind, body, and spirit. It restores, renews, and revives what seems lost beyond repair. By his stripes, you are healed. Every lash he endured wasn't just for physical ailments, but for the emotional wounds, the scars of your past, and the hidden pain no one else sees. He bore it all so you could walk in wholeness. By his blood, you are redeemed. What was once stained by sin has been made clean. Your identity has been rewritten, not as a slave to guilt or fear, but as a beloved child of God. By his sacrifice, you are set free. The chains that held you, whether they were addictions, doubts, or insecurities, have been broken. You no longer have to live bound by what once kept you captive. This power changes everything. It gives you the strength to rise above circumstances, the courage to face challenges, and the hope to believe for miracles in your life. It empowers you to forgive, to love boldly, and to live in a way that reflects His victory. Do you truly grasp the magnitude of this truth? If you let it, this power will transform the way you see yourself and your purpose. You are not just surviving, you are living as a testament to the life-changing power of the resurrection. Healing is not just about physical ailments, it's about total restoration. The wounds Jesus bore were for every area of your life, your body, mind, soul, and spirit. Whatever pain you're carrying, whether it's the scars of the past, the weight of shame, or the ache of rejection, Jesus' sacrifice has already provided the healing you need. Isaiah 53:4-5 reminds us, "Surely He took up our pain and bore our suffering, yet we considered Him punished by God, stricken by Him, and afflicted. But He was pierced for our transgressions, He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on Him, and by His wounds we are healed." This healing is personal. It's for you. Right where you are, in the middle of your pain, your struggles, and your questions, His healing power is reaching out. Don't let the enemy whisper lies into your heart, convincing you that your pain is too great, your scars too deep, or your sin too heavy for God to handle. Those lies are meant to keep you bound in chains that Jesus already broke. Jesus bore it all. Every ounce of suffering, every moment of shame, every burden of guilt, He carried it willingly to the cross. He looked at the weight of your pain and didn't flinch. There is no wound so deep that His love can't heal it, no past so broken that His grace can't restore it. Whether it's a hidden hurt you've carried for years or a fresh wound that feels unbearable, He has already made a way for your healing. His power is limitless. It doesn't stop at forgiving your sins, though His forgiveness is more than enough. It goes further, touching every corner of your life. He wants to mend the parts of you that feel shattered, to soothe the pain that feels unrelenting, and to bring peace to the chaos inside you. His healing is complete, mind, body, and spirit. Peace is so much more than the mere absence of conflict or turmoil. It's a profound sense of wholeness, security, and rest that comes from being fully anchored in God. This kind of peace isn't fleeting or dependent on circumstances. It's supernatural, flowing directly from His presence into every area of your life. Philippians 4:7 assures us of this truth. "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This isn't a peace the world can offer. It is divine, unshakable, and surpasses anything we can comprehend. But this peace came at a cost. It wasn't handed to you lightly or without sacrifice. Jesus endured the agony of chastisement, rejection, and suffering so that you could experience this gift of supernatural peace. The weight of your anxiety, the storms in your soul, and the unrest in your heart, all of it was placed on Him. When He declared, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you," He wasn't speaking about a temporary relief from troubles. He was giving you access to a calm that anchors your soul, even when the waves of life rage around you. This peace doesn't mean life will be without challenges or storms, but it does mean you'll have an unshakable refuge in the midst of them. It guards your heart when fear tries to take hold and steadies your mind when doubt threatens to overwhelm. It's the quiet assurance that God is in control, that His plans for you are good, and that you are never alone. Through the wounds of Jesus, we are not only healed but also forgiven, a profound truth that carries eternal significance. Colossians 1:13-14 proclaims this powerful reality. "For He has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son He loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins." This isn't just a distant hope or abstract promise. It's a rescue mission that Jesus completed for you. He reached into the darkness of sin and shame, pulling you out and bringing you into His glorious kingdom of light. Forgiveness is more than just a clean slate. It's a transformation. It's not simply erasing the record of your wrongs, but rewriting your story entirely. Through Christ's sacrifice, you are redeemed, made whole, and given a brand new identity. As 2 Corinthians 5:17 reminds us, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here." This is the miracle of forgiveness. It doesn't leave you where it found you. Instead, it makes you new, replacing guilt with grace and shame with the righteousness of Christ. When you accept this forgiveness, you are no longer defined by your past mistakes. They don't have the power to label you, control you, or hold you back. Instead, you are defined by who Jesus is and what he has done. His righteousness becomes your covering, his victory becomes your inheritance, and his love becomes the foundation of your life. Imagine stepping fully into this truth, living with the freedom that comes from knowing you are completely forgiven and wholly loved. Let go of the chains of guilt and shame. Step into your new identity, one marked by redemption, grace, and the unshakable peace of belonging to Christ. Beloved, the time to claim your inheritance is now. The healing, peace, and freedom that Jesus purchased for you on the cross are not distant promises or rewards for some future moment. They are already yours. These gifts of grace, paid for in full by his sacrifice, are waiting for you to receive them. Don't let fear, doubt, or the lies of the enemy convince you that you're unworthy or that it's not the right time. The enemy's greatest tactic is to keep you from stepping into the fullness of what God has promised, but the truth is, you were made for this. Now is the moment to take hold of all that God has prepared for you. Hebrews 10:23 calls us to boldness. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. God's promises are not fragile or uncertain. They are backed by his unchanging faithfulness. He is the God who keeps his word, the God who moves mountains, and the God who is ready to meet you in your need. Hold on to this hope with unshakable confidence, knowing that he will never fail you. As you embrace the healing, peace, and freedom found in Jesus, let it ignite a fire within you, a fire that transforms your life and draws others to the light of his love. Your journey is not just for you. It's a beacon of hope to those still searching. As Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." When you walk in God's promises, your life becomes a testimony of his grace and power. Don't wait another moment. Step forward in faith, claim your inheritance, and let your life shine as a living testament to the goodness of God. Let us close with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, we stand in awe of your love and the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus. We thank you for his wounds that brought us healing, his blood that redeemed us, and his peace that anchors us. Lord, we lay every burden at your feet and declare that by his stripes, we are healed. Let your Spirit move in power, breaking chains, mending hearts, and restoring lives. May each person here walk in the fullness of your promises, boldly declaring the truth of your love. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. My friends, if this message has touched your heart, I encourage you to share it. Comment below and declare your faith. Remember, by his stripes you are healed, forgiven, and set free. Live in this truth and let your life testify to the power of his ultimate sacrifice. There's a reason you feel different, set apart, as if you're walking through life with a secret only the universe knows. Awaken, chosen ones. Because the most formidable power isn't one that announces itself. It's the one hidden in plain sight. Whispers have circled about those who are gifted, touched by something extraordinary. But here's the twist. Not even you, the chosen one, fully understand the depths of your true identity. It's a riddle locked away by divine intention, preserved until the precise moment you are meant to reveal yourself. Why? Because what lies within you isn't just any kind of strength. It's a hidden force that could reshape everything. If the world knew what you were capable of, chaos might follow. They'd either place you on a pedestal as the next superhero meme or seek to control you, commodify your essence. But here's the beauty. You're hidden in plain sight, underestimated, blending seamlessly into the tapestry of the mundane. And why does this happen? Because your time hasn't come. You're a key piece in a game of cosmic chess, where the most subtle and patient moves win. Until then, you are both the calm before the storm and the unexpected plot twist waiting to disrupt everything. You embody a contradiction, the harmony of humility cloaking unimaginable strength. Those who cross your path may think they've figured you out. They see a calm presence, someone who moves with modesty and simplicity. But they're wrong. Beneath this serene exterior lies an untamed power that could shift the very ground you walk on. Yet you don't unleash it, not out of fear or hesitation, but because you understand the art of timing. Why show your cards when you're playing to win the entire game? The world often equates power with noise, boisterous confidence, and visible domination. But your quiet strength is a storm no one sees coming. This patience, this restraint, is not a lack of ambition. It's a strategy. People may mistake your silence for weakness, but in reality, it's the profound control of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. You're playing the long game, knowing that real power needs no spotlight. And when the time is right and you choose to reveal even a fraction of what you're capable of, the shift will be seismic. Until then, you continue in the shadows, confident that your silence is your most formidable disguise. Every tear you've shed, every moment when you felt the weight of the world bearing down on you was not in vain. Your trials were not random acts of suffering. They were a masterclass in resilience. The universe doesn't test the weak, it refines the chosen. Each setback, each heartbreak, was a fire that burned away the unnecessary, leaving only your purest, strongest parts intact. While others break under pressure, you adapt and rise. You've been forged like steel, heated and hammered until every ounce of your being is sharp and unyielding. This process was never about punishment. It was preparation, an intricate divine plan designed to make you indomitable. Through your challenges, you've learned survival, adaptability, and the kind of strength that only comes from enduring the storm and standing tall when the sky clears. Think back to your darkest moments. While they were painful, they also forced you to dig deep, to find reserves of courage you never knew existed. Without those moments, you wouldn't have the depth, insight, or power that now courses through your veins. The truth is, true greatness requires pressure. Diamonds don't form in the soft embrace of the earth. They are born under crushing forces. Your struggles were a blueprint, crafting you into a force that can not only withstand adversity but thrive in its wake. It's not something you try to do, but you intimidate people. Your presence alone can be unsettling, a quiet reminder that power doesn't always need to announce itself. While others may puff out their chests and seek validation through showy displays of confidence, you move with an understated grace that speaks volumes. It's not that you're aloof or intentionally making others uncomfortable. It's that there's something about your energy that hints at a deeper power, an unseen force that commands respect without asking for it. The truth is, most people are not accustomed to real strength. They're used to the loud, the flashy, the obvious. But your quiet confidence throws them off. It makes them question themselves and the superficial definitions of power they've built their lives around. They may not understand why they feel this way around you, but they sense it. There's more to you than meets the eye. This is why God has chosen to keep your identity hidden. If people were fully aware of what you carry inside, it wouldn't just make them uneasy, it would terrify them. The world isn't ready for your full light yet, and that's by design. Your quiet power creates a natural filter, repelling those who aren't meant to be in your life while attracting those who can handle your intensity. The ones who stay are the ones who can see beyond the surface and appreciate the silent storm that is you. While others are swept up in trends, debates, and distractions, you see through it all. Your vision cuts through the noise like a blade, revealing the motives and truths that most are too busy or too afraid to see. This clarity isn't an accident, it's a gift. It's part of why you were chosen, why your identity must remain concealed until the right moment. Most people build their lives on half-truths and comforting illusions, but you see beyond that. You're not seduced by appearances. You're drawn to substance. This ability can be isolating. You might find yourself wondering why others can't see what seems so obvious to you. But this insight comes with its own challenges. If you were to reveal everything you know, it wouldn't just open eyes. It would disrupt lives. The weight of that knowledge could be too much for most to bear. That's why, for now, your understanding stays hidden. You navigate life playing chess while others are stuck playing checkers, moving with an awareness that few can fathom. Your discernment keeps you steps ahead of those who are caught in life's superficial games. You know when people are being sincere and when they're masking their true selves. You see through the charades and understand that most battles fought in the public eye are distractions from the true conflict happening beneath the surface. You operate on a different level, one that doesn't seek applause but focuses on impact. Your path is not something that ordinary people can grasp. Your destiny is so vast that to reveal your true nature prematurely would invite disbelief, jealousy, and attempts to contain you within limited definitions of success. You weren't crafted for mediocrity or bound by conventional standards. Your dreams stretch beyond what most consider possible, not because you're audacious, but because your spirit was designed to soar. Living among those who see only the small picture can be challenging. Your ideas, ambitions, and vision might seem excessive to some or overly idealistic. But their reactions are not a reflection of you. They're a mirror of their own limitations. If you revealed the true magnitude of your destiny too soon, it would invite misunderstanding and worse, attempts to box you in. People project their fears onto what they can't understand, and your brilliance would be no exception. This hidden phase of your life is crucial. It's a time for you to grow without external pressures, to cultivate your abilities without the weight of judgment or expectation. You are meant to rise in your own time, not just for your sake, but to inspire others to break free from their own constraints. When your time comes, your emergence will not just elevate you, it will challenge those around you to expand their own understanding of what is possible. Your way of seeing the world is almost alien to most. You don't just think outside the box, you live there. While others get caught in the noise of daily life, you're already envisioning what's next, questioning the very fabric of reality itself. It's not arrogance, it's how you're wired. Your thoughts are revolutionary, your ideas disruptive, and your insights so deep they could shake foundational beliefs. And yet the world isn't ready. If you shared the full depth of your understanding, it wouldn't just challenge people. It would shatter the carefully built illusions they depend on. Most people aren't equipped to handle the kind of enlightenment you carry. They're comfortable with lies that fit their narrative, unwilling to confront the hard truths that could unsettle their world. That's why, for now, your wisdom stays under wraps. This hidden knowledge is your power, a silent force shaping the way you interact with the world. It's why you don't rush to share your insights or try to convince others of your perspective. You know that your moment will come, and when it does, the truth you reveal will be undeniable. Until then, you walk among others, holding a reality they can't yet see. In a world obsessed with noise, your silence speaks louder than any proclamation. While others feel compelled to broadcast their every move, you choose stillness. It's not because you lack things to say. It's because you understand that real power is felt, not heard. Those who constantly declare their worth are often seeking validation. You, however, don't need to. Your silence carries weight, commanding respect without demanding it. This quiet strength is unsettling to some because it defies the norms. In a society where the loudest voice often wins, your calm confidence is a reminder that power isn't about volume but depth. People may misinterpret your silence as passivity, but in truth, it's a shield, a strategy that keeps unnecessary drama at bay and lets you operate under the radar. You know that words can be forgotten, but the impact of silence lingers. Your silence allows you to move deliberately. Every action is a calculated choice, far more powerful than empty words. When you do speak or act, the world takes notice. Those who are attuned to your energy will understand. For those who don't, they were never meant to. Your silence is not just a lack of noise, it's a statement, an unspoken declaration of self-assurance and mastery. Without even trying, you repel those with shallow motives. There's something about your energy that acts like a mirror, reflecting the true nature of those around you. People with hidden agendas or false pretenses find it difficult to be in your presence because it's as if their masks start to slip. They can't maintain their facade because, deep down, they know you see through it. You don't go out of your way to expose these people. They do it to themselves simply by being near you. This is one of your greatest strengths. It acts as a filter, naturally pushing away those who don't belong in your life and making space for those who can see your worth. You don't waste time with pretenders because they self-select out of your circle. Your authenticity acts like a spotlight, illuminating every false motive and revealing the truth behind interactions. This natural barrier is one of the reasons your identity is kept hidden. It's for your protection. If people with shallow intentions fully grasp the depth of your power, they wouldn't just feel uncomfortable, they'd crumble. And in a world full of pretenders, being genuine is a power few can handle. Your abilities are like a ticking time bomb, full of potential, waiting for the right moment to detonate. You know you possess talents and insights that others would do anything to have, yet you hold back. This isn't fear, it's wisdom. The timing of your revelation is crucial. The world isn't yet ready for the magnitude of what you carry. You may have moments where inspiration strikes, a flash of brilliance that could change everything. But you pause, not out of hesitation, but because you know the value of patience. Revealing your power too soon could lead to misunderstanding, misuse, or resistance from those who aren't prepared for it. God orchestrates these delays, ensuring that when your time comes, the impact is monumental. Each experience, each lesson learned, sharpens your edge. Your potential is not dormant. It's growing, evolving, waiting for the perfect conditions to ignite. The world might be impatient, but you understand that your gifts are meant for something greater, something that will leave a mark that's unforgettable. When that moment comes, you won't just step into your power, you'll explode into it, illuminating paths for others to follow. While many fear solitude, you thrive in it. Isolation isn't a punishment. For you, it's a sanctuary. It's where you find clarity, where your creativity flourishes, and where your most profound realizations come to light. In a world that equates worth with social presence, your comfort with being alone is misunderstood as a weakness, but it's anything but. In solitude, you connect with the deepest parts of yourself, exploring ideas free from the noise and opinions of others. It's where you recharge, strengthen your resolve, and prepare for what's next. This time apart is vital, allowing you to cultivate insights and skills that most can't even comprehend because they are too busy seeking validation. Your isolation is where your true strength lies. It's where you learn to trust yourself fully. God has kept you apart from the chaos for a reason. This time allows you to build an unshakable foundation. When you step back into the world, you bring with you a well of wisdom that sets you apart. People might see your solitude as a disadvantage, but it's the breeding ground for your greatest strengths. It's in these quiet moments that you gather the power that will one day inspire and uplift those around you. Your identity is hidden not just for your growth, but for your protection. There are adversaries you haven't yet encountered, individuals and forces that would do anything to undermine your progress if they knew the truth. Your gifts, your power, they're formidable enough to inspire envy, fear, and attempts at control. God's shielding is no accident. It's a strategic move. By keeping your true nature under wraps, you're granted the time and space to strengthen yourself without interference. This cloak of invisibility allows you to move freely, honing your skills and preparing for the inevitable battles to come. When those adversaries finally reveal themselves, you will be more than ready to face them. Your current phase of invisibility isn't weakness, it's preparation. You're not just hidden, you're fortified. This time is an opportunity to gather your strength so that when you do step into the light, you're not only ready, but unstoppable. Your emergence will be a force that can't be ignored, proving that the quietest moments often birth the strongest warriors. You are not a weapon to be wielded by just anyone. Your potential is too great, too impactful to be controlled or misused. Unlike those who seek power for selfish gains, your gifts are reserved for a higher calling. They are meant to challenge the status quo, disrupt norms, and spark authentic change. God's careful shielding ensures that your gifts are nurtured, not squandered. You aren't here to engage in trivial pursuits. You are being prepared for monumental tasks that require a unique kind of strength and insight. This time of waiting is an incubation period where you gain the discernment needed to navigate the complexities of your destiny. When the time comes, you won't just play the game. You'll redefine it. Your purpose will be clear, and your impact profound. You are not meant to be part of the noise, but a catalyst for transformation. Your journey isn't defined by survival, but by the indelible mark you are destined to leave. Your existence is a testament to the extraordinary potential within you. Every struggle you have faced, every moment wrapped in silence, and every instance of solitude has been more than mere experiences. They have been your crucible. These moments were not just tests. They were divine preparations, each refining you, honing your character, and carving out a vessel capable of holding a power few can fathom. Understand that the quiet times, when life seemed to move slower and the world's noise seemed to fade, were not moments of absence, but moments of profound growth. In those silent stretches you gathered wisdom, patience, and resilience that would become the foundation for your greatest triumphs. When your moment arrives, it won't come with fanfare or be accompanied by a declaration. It will be a quiet unveiling, profound yet natural, and the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are those hidden until the perfect moment to rise. This will be the moment where your struggles will make sense, your silence will be understood, and your solitude will prove its worth. And when that day comes, the world will finally understand that the greatest forces are often the ones hidden until the perfect moment to rise. As you journey towards this destiny, remember that every step, every setback, and every triumph has a purpose. You are not just surviving, you are preparing. And when you finally stand in your full light, the world will see that your existence was never ordinary, but always extraordinary. If this message resonated with you and inspired yourself, consider joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Hit that subscribe button and be part of this community. Your support means everything, helping us bring more value content. Thank you for being here, and get ready for the moment when your light shines brightest.
One of the deepest desires in the hearts of believers is to know they are walking on the right path, the path ordained by God. Every follower of Christ yearns for the reassurance that their choices, their sacrifices, and their daily walk are aligned with the will of the Creator. Thankfully, God does not leave His children in darkness. Through the Holy Spirit, through the Scriptures, and through our life experiences, we can discern whether or not we are following His divine plan. The Bible teaches that walking the right path doesn't mean we are exempt from difficulties. In fact, it often means the opposite. As Jesus Himself warned in John 16:33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Our challenges, however, are not signs of being astray, but rather affirmations that we are walking the narrow road that few find. As we explore the signs that indicate you are on the right path, you will find encouragement and spiritual clarity, and you'll understand that the right path is not about ease, but about purpose, holiness, and God's presence. The first and perhaps most telling sign that you are walking on God's path is rejection by the world. As followers of Christ, we must expect that the world will not welcome or embrace us. Jesus made this abundantly clear when he said, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." There is an inherent tension between the values of the kingdom of God and those of the world. When we stand for holiness, purity, love, and righteousness, we inevitably come into conflict with a world driven by selfish ambition, greed, and moral decay. The world rejects the light because it exposes the darkness within. In John 3:19-20, Jesus explains that light has come into the world, but people loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. When we, as believers, live in a way that reflects Jesus, we become a mirror of his light, and in that reflection, the world sees its own sinfulness. This discomfort often manifests as hostility. If your faith causes discomfort to those around you, if your values seem countercultural, and if your beliefs are labeled as old-fashioned or intolerant, this is a clear sign you are on the right path. The world's rejection is not a cause for sorrow, but for joy. Jesus said in Matthew 5:11-12, "Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven." Thus, when the world turns its back on you, you are reminded that your citizenship is in heaven, not on earth. To walk the right path is to live counter to the culture. Consider the examples of biblical figures like Noah, who in a world of rampant sin was found righteous in God's eyes. He was mocked and ridiculed as he built the ark, but he remained steadfast in obedience to God's voice. Similarly, Daniel refused to conform to the ways of Babylon, choosing instead to maintain his devotion to God, even when it meant facing the lion's den. In each of these cases, rejection by society was a badge of honor because it marked them as faithful to God, not the world. As modern believers, we too are called to be different. This difference might be subtle: the refusal to engage in workplace gossip, a commitment to honesty in business transactions, or choosing to spend time in prayer rather than pursuing worldly entertainment. But it is in these choices, often unnoticed by the world, that we reflect the character of Christ. The second sign that you are walking on the right path is the unmistakable presence of God in the midst of your trials. Life is filled with difficulties, and the Christian journey is no exception. In fact, trials often serve as a testing ground for our faith. The difference for believers is that we do not walk through these trials alone. God's presence is with us, guiding us, strengthening us, and assuring us that we are not forsaken. Isaiah 43:2 provides one of the most comforting promises in Scripture. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned, the flames will not set you ablaze." Notice that Isaiah does not say if, but when you pass through the waters and fires of life. Trials are not optional for the Christian, but neither is God's presence during those trials. He promises to be with us, not just sending angels or help from afar, but being personally present in our struggles. One of the clearest examples of this is found in the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When these three men refused to bow to King Nebuchadnezzar's idol, they were thrown into a blazing furnace. But in the midst of that fire, they were not alone. Nebuchadnezzar himself exclaimed, I see 4 men walking in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." God did not prevent them from entering the fire, but he walked with them through it, and they emerged without even the smell of smoke on their clothes. Suffering teaches us something that comfort cannot. It is in the valleys of life that we experience God's presence most profoundly. Job, a man described as blameless and upright, went through intense suffering, losing everything: his wealth, his children, his health. Yet in the end, Job declared, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." Through his trials, Job came to know God in a deeper, more intimate way than ever before. Similarly, the Apostle Paul understood that suffering was a pathway to knowing Christ more fully. In Philippians 3:10, Paul writes, "I want to know Christ, yes, to know the power of his resurrection and participation in his sufferings, becoming like him in his death." There are aspects of God's character and his love that can only be revealed when we walk through pain and adversity. This is why trials, though painful, can also be seen as a confirmation that we are on the right path. A third sign that you are on the right path is the presence of an inner peace that transcends the chaos of the world around you. This peace is not the absence of conflict or trouble, but a deep, abiding confidence in God's sovereignty and goodness, regardless of circumstances. The Apostle Paul describes this peace in Philippians 4:7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." One of the most powerful examples of this peace is found in the Gospel of Mark, where Jesus is asleep in a boat during a violent storm. The disciples, terrified by the storm, wake Jesus in a panic, asking, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" Jesus gets up, rebukes the wind and the waves, and then turns to his disciples, asking, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" In this story, Jesus demonstrates the peace that comes from knowing and trusting the Father's plan. He was not disturbed by the storm because he knew who controlled it. As believers, we are invited to experience this same peace. Even when life's storms rage around us, financial troubles, relationship challenges, health issues, we can rest in the knowledge that God is in control. This peace is a sign that we are on the right path because it is a gift that God gives to those who trust him completely. Moses, in leading the Israelites through the vast and perilous wilderness, encountered immense obstacles, from guiding a rebellious people to navigating treacherous terrain. Yet, despite the weight of these challenges, Moses pressed on with unwavering faith, sustained by one crucial promise: God's abiding presence. In Exodus 33:14, God reassured Moses with these profound words, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." This promise encapsulates the heart of divine peace, a peace not found in the absence of difficulty, but in the steadfast assurance that God walks beside us, providing strength and guidance. For Moses, the knowledge of God's presence was the anchor that kept him grounded amidst the chaos and uncertainty of leading a nation. Though the path ahead was fraught with adversity, Moses did not rely on his own strength, but on the certainty that God was intimately involved in every step of the journey. This sense of divine companionship granted him rest, a rest that was deeper than physical relief, but a profound inner peace rooted in trust. When we encounter situations in life that would naturally provoke fear or anxiety, whether in relationships, careers, or personal struggles, and yet we find ourselves inexplicably at peace, this is a powerful sign that God is with us. It is a spiritual calmness that transcends human understanding, as described in Philippians 4:7, where the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Such peace is not an indication that the journey will be easy, but rather a confirmation that, despite the trials, we are walking in step with God's will. It is His presence that transforms turmoil into tranquility, assuring us that we are not alone and that His sovereign hand is guiding us forward. Another sign that you are on the right path is your unwavering commitment to God's standards, even in the face of pressure to compromise. The world is constantly inviting us to lower our standards, to take the easy road, to blend in rather than stand out. But those who walk the right path refuse to compromise their faith, no matter the cost. In Acts 4, Peter and John were commanded by the religious leaders to stop speaking in the name of Jesus. Their response was resolute. Which is right in God's eyes, to listen to you or to Him? You be the judges. As for us, we cannot help speaking about what we have seen and heard. Peter and John knew that obeying God was more important than obeying human authorities, even when that obedience led to persecution. Similarly, Daniel refused to defile himself with the king's food in Babylon, despite the pressure to conform. Joseph fled from Potiphar's wife, choosing to uphold his purity, even when it meant imprisonment. These men were willing to endure suffering because they valued their relationship with God above all else. Jesus made it clear that following Him would not be easy. In Matthew 10:34-36 He said, "Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household." This statement might seem harsh, but it underscores the reality that following Christ requires absolute loyalty, even when it costs us relationships, comfort, or worldly success. When your commitment to God's standards starts to create tension in your relationships or causes you to stand out at work or in your community, it can be a clear indication that you are walking the path of righteousness. This tension often arises because the values of the world contrast sharply with the values of God's kingdom. As you strive to live a life rooted in holiness, integrity, and truth, you may find that others, whether friends, family, or colleagues, do not always understand or support your choices. The pressure to conform to worldly standards can feel overwhelming, but it is in these moments of friction that God's presence is most tangible. Jesus Himself warned of this reality, telling His disciples in John 15:19, "If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you." Choosing to uphold God's standards in a world that often celebrates compromise will set you apart, sometimes making you feel isolated. Yet, this very separation is a sign that you are aligning yourself more closely with Christ, who was also rejected by the world for His unwavering obedience to the Father. Although the path of righteousness can feel lonely at times, it is never devoid of God's presence. In Matthew 28:20, Jesus assures us, "I am with you always, even to the end of the age." This promise serves as a powerful reminder that while the world may misunderstand or even oppose us, we are never alone. God walks with us, offering strength and comfort as we stay faithful to His ways. The tension and challenges you face for standing firm in your beliefs are not obstacles, but confirmations that you are walking in step with God's will, and His presence will sustain you through every trial. Walking the right path is not always easy, but it is always worth it. The signs we've discussed, rejection by the world, God's presence in trials, inner peace, and an uncompromising faith are clear indicators that you are walking according to God's will. These signs remind us that the path we walk is not about avoiding difficulty or seeking worldly approval, but about aligning our lives with God's eternal purposes. As you take time to reflect on your own spiritual journey, take comfort and encouragement in the knowledge that God is always with you. He is guiding you through the storms of life, offering you peace when the world around you is in turmoil, and giving you the strength to stand firm in your faith. Life's trials may be challenging, but each one is an opportunity to grow closer to God and experience His presence more deeply. Remember that, as the Bible says in Isaiah 41:10, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." His promise to never leave or forsake you is what carries you through every difficulty. The narrow path that leads to life is often difficult and lonely, but stay the course, trusting that the eternal rewards far outweigh the temporary challenges. When you remain faithful and committed to God's ways, you will experience a peace that surpasses all understanding and a deeper connection to the Creator who walks beside you every step of the way. His love, strength, and guidance are your anchors in the storms of life. As you continue your journey, remember to surround yourself with others who can encourage and uplift you in your faith. And if you found these insights helpful, I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more content on spiritual growth and deepening your walk with God. Your support means a lot, and by subscribing, you'll be joining a community of believers striving to live in alignment with God's purpose. Thank you for being part of this journey, and may God continue to bless you as you walk the path with faith and courage.
Have you ever felt like the universe is sending you signs, but you're not quite sure how to respond? Or maybe you've wondered if there's a way to turn your dreams into reality simply by communicating your desires to the universe. The truth is, the universe is always listening, waiting for you to speak its language. In this video, we'll uncover the secrets of how you can align your thoughts, emotions, and energy to manifest the life you want. Whether it's attracting abundance, finding love, or creating inner peace, mastering this form of communication can transform your reality. Before we dive in, if you're ready to deepen your spiritual journey and explore the mysteries of the universe with us, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. By subscribing, you'll stay connected with all of our latest insights designed to help you unlock your highest potential. Now, let's begin. The universe is waiting. Are you ready to speak its language? At the core of all spiritual wisdom is a simple truth. Your energy follows your attention. This is the key to manifestation and the law of attraction. Imagine your thoughts as small waves on an ocean. They come and go, but the ones you focus on become bigger, gaining strength. It's your attention that gives them power, and those thoughts grow into real experiences that shape your life. The more attention you give something, the more energy it receives, turning it into a part of your reality. When you focus your attention on something, you are, in essence, giving it permission to exist in your world. You are saying to the universe, "Yes, this is important to me. Please, give me more of this." Conversely, when you withdraw your attention from something, whether it is a thought, a feeling, or a circumstance, you are signaling to the universe that it is no longer relevant to your experience. This might sound counterintuitive at first. After all, aren't our thoughts responsible for creating our reality? The truth is more nuanced than that. Thoughts by themselves are like empty vessels. They have no inherent power until we invest our energy into them. Every thought is simply a potential, vying for your attention, hoping you will choose to breathe life into it. Consider this. You are the gatekeeper of your own consciousness. Thoughts pass by like clouds drifting across the sky. Some are dark and heavy, filled with anxiety, fear, or doubt. Others are light and luminous, brimming with love, joy, and creativity. You get to choose which clouds you engage with and which ones you let pass by. In doing so, you are directing the flow of your energy, your most precious resource, and determining how the universe responds to you. This act of choosing, of focusing your attention with intention, is the first and perhaps most important step in communicating with the universe. Like a seasoned conductor guiding an orchestra, you must learn to direct the symphony of your thoughts and emotions, amplifying those that resonate with your highest vision and silencing those that do not. The universe, in turn, responds not to your words or thoughts alone, but to the energy you infuse them with. Every reaction, every feeling, every ounce of attention you invest is seen by the universe as a declaration. Give me more of this. Understanding this dynamic is akin to mastering the art of selective engagement, choosing wisely which aspects of your reality to energize and which to release. The second key to unlocking communication with the universe is rooted in a profound understanding of time. The universe operates in all the moment. Past and future are concepts that exist only in our minds. They are not real in the sense that they have no active presence in the now. When we say things like, "I will be successful," we are inadvertently telling the universe, "I am not successful right now." The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to the vibrational frequency of the present moment. It hears the energy behind your words and gives you more of what you are currently vibrating. So when you say, "I will," the universe hears, "I am lacking," and responds accordingly. This is why it is crucial to think, speak, and feel in the present tense. To attract what you desire, you must feel as if you already have it. Every potential reality already exists in the quantum field, waiting for you to tune into it. The moment you align your vibration with the frequency of that desired reality, you begin to pull it into your experience. But how do you do this? How do you truly feel as though you already have what you desire, especially when your current reality may reflect the opposite? The key lies in your ability to embody the emotions associated with your desired outcome. If you seek abundance, then cultivate feelings of gratitude and prosperity in the now. If you desire love, feel the warmth and connection of love within yourself, as though it is already present. If you long for peace, then find moments of stillness and tranquility in your everyday life. This practice may require some imagination, but that is where the magic happens. As you immerse yourself in the emotions of your desired reality, you are literally broadcasting a new signal to the universe. You are telling the universe, "This is my reality." And the universe, ever responsive, will begin to shape your external circumstances to match the frequency you are emitting. Remember, the universe is not concerned with the details of how something will come to pass. Its job is not to figure out the mechanics. That is a task for your logical mind. The universe operates on vibration, and its only concern is matching your frequency. So focus not on the how, but on the what and the why. What do you want to feel? Why do you want it? When you get clear on these things and begin to embody the feelings associated with them, you set powerful forces in motion. To communicate more effectively with the universe, it is essential to expand your consciousness. This step is akin to learning the hidden rules of a complex game. Life is not a linear progression from one event to the next, but a dynamic, multi-dimensional game in which your level of mastery is determined by your awareness of its subtleties. Imagine for a moment that you are playing poker with seasoned professionals. If you are unaware of the strategies and intricacies of the game, it is easy to be outmaneuvered. The same principle applies to life. The more conscious you become of the variables at play, the energy you emit, the beliefs you hold, the emotions you feel, the more skillfully you can navigate your reality. Consciousness is like a spotlight. Wherever you shine it, you bring clarity and understanding. The more you expand your awareness, both of your inner world and the outer universe, the more you uncover the hidden forces that shape your life. This awareness gives you the power to make informed choices, rather than reacting unconsciously to the circumstances around you. Expanding your consciousness is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process, a gradual unfolding of deeper understanding. As you become more attuned to the energies within and around you, you will begin to perceive the subtle nuances of the universe. You will see that what once seemed like random occurrences are, in fact, intricately connected to the vibrations you have been emitting. As your awareness expands, you step into the role of a conscious creator of your reality, rather than remaining a passive observer. Life no longer feels like something that happens to you, outside of your control. Instead, you realize that life happens through you, shaped by your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. With this awareness comes a profound sense of empowerment because you now see that you have an active hand in creating your experiences. However, along with that empowerment comes responsibility. You are not merely a participant in the game of life. You are a co-creator, capable of influencing and transforming the very fabric of your existence. Every choice you make, every thought you focus on, every emotion you nurture is like a brushstroke on the canvas of your reality, giving you the power to design a life that aligns with your deepest desires and highest potential. As you expand your consciousness, you will begin to notice that the universe communicates with you in subtle ways. This communication does not come in the form of spoken language or written words, but through your inner guidance system, your intuition, your gut feelings, and your emotional responses. Your emotions are a powerful form of communication from the universe. When something feels good, it is a sign that you are in alignment with your true path. When something feels off, it is an indication that you are out of alignment. This inner compass is always guiding you toward what is most resonant with your soul's highest expression. However, it is important to distinguish between the guidance of your true self and the desires of the ego. The ego often convinces us that we want certain things because they promise temporary pleasure or validation. But the universe, which operates on a higher frequency, is not interested in satisfying the whims of the ego. It is focused on your soul's growth and expansion. When you learn to trust your inner compass, your intuition, and follow what feels deeply resonant to your soul, you naturally align with the flow of the universe. This alignment isn't forced or strained. Instead, it brings with it a profound sense of ease and harmony. As you begin to listen to that quiet inner guidance, you'll notice that life starts to unfold more effortlessly. Opportunities appear at just the right moment, and circumstances begin to align in ways that feel almost magical, as though the universe is gently guiding and supporting you every step of the way. This sense of synchronicity, when everything seems to fall perfectly into place, is a sign that you're on the right path, living in tune with your highest self. The more you trust this process, the more the universe seems to conspire in your favor, leading you toward experiences and outcomes that resonate with your true purpose. On the other hand, when you choose to ignore your inner guidance and chase after things that are not in alignment with your true self, you'll likely face resistance and struggle. Obstacles may arise, and progress may feel forced or difficult. This isn't mere bad luck. It's the universe's subtle way of redirecting you, trying to nudge you back toward the path that resonates with your higher purpose. The discomfort you experience in these moments is a signal that you're moving away from what is truly meant for you. By paying attention to these signs, you can recognize when you're off course and realign with your authentic desires, where flow and ease naturally return. The final step in mastering communication with the universe is learning to harness the power of repetition. Just like the universe, the subconscious mind operates in a neutral state. It doesn't distinguish between positive or negative thoughts. It simply absorbs whatever energy you consistently focus on and reflects that back into your reality. Whether you feed it thoughts of abundance or lack, joy or fear, the subconscious will take those inputs and shape your experiences accordingly. Repetition is key because it ingrains these thoughts and beliefs deeply into your subconscious, gradually reprogramming it. By consistently repeating positive affirmations or focusing on empowering thoughts, you send a clear, strong message to the universe about what you wish to manifest. Over time, this repeated focus becomes your reality. Your subconscious mind is like a fertile garden. Whatever seeds you plant, whether they are seeds of abundance, love, or fear, will take root and grow. But the subconscious mind is not easily swayed by fleeting thoughts or passing desires. It requires consistency and repetition to reprogram old patterns and beliefs. This is where the powerful practice of affirmations comes into play. By consistently repeating positive affirmations, such as "I am worthy of love" or "I am abundant in all areas of my life," you begin to plant new seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. These affirmations serve as gentle reminders to your subconscious of the reality you wish to create. Over time, just like seeds that grow into strong plants, these affirmations take root and begin to transform your thought patterns. As your thoughts evolve, they naturally give rise to new emotions, feelings of self-worth, abundance, and peace, further reinforcing your desired reality. With continued practice, these positive shifts in your mindset begin to manifest as real changes in your external life, leading to new experiences that reflect the energy and beliefs you've been cultivating within. Affirmations, however, are not just about repeating the right words. They must be infused with genuine emotion to be truly effective. It's not enough to simply recite the phrases mindlessly. When you speak an affirmation like, "I am worthy of love," or "I am abundant," you need to feel the truth of those words deep within. The universe doesn't respond to the words themselves. It responds to the energy, the vibrational frequency that you emit when you say them. If you say the words without conviction, they remain hollow and powerless. But when you truly believe in the affirmation, when you feel the emotion behind it, whether it's joy, gratitude, or confidence, you send a powerful message to the universe. This energy creates a magnetic force aligning you with the reality you seek to manifest. The more authentic and heartfelt your emotions, the more the universe aligns with your intentions, bringing your affirmations to life. This is why embodying the feelings tied to your desired outcome is so crucial. When you consistently reinforce positive beliefs through repetition, you start to reprogram your subconscious mind. Over time, your thoughts, emotions, and actions naturally begin to shift, aligning with the new beliefs you've cultivated. As these changes take root, the energy you emit becomes more harmonious with what you want to attract. The universe, in turn, responds to this new vibration, bringing opportunities and experiences that align with your transformed inner state, helping you manifest your desired reality. In the end, the most profound truth is this: you are the universe. The universe is not something separate from you. It is a reflection of your own consciousness. Every thought, every feeling, every intention you hold is a conversation with the universe. And just as the universe responds to your energy, you are constantly shaping the universe with every choice you make. To speak to the universe is to speak to your higher self. It is to acknowledge your role as a co-creator in the unfolding of your reality. The more you align your consciousness with positivity, love, and gratitude, the more the universe will reflect these qualities back to you. Your reality is a canvas, and you are the artist. With every stroke, every thought, and every breath, you are painting the masterpiece of your life. So choose your colors wisely, and remember that the universe is always listening. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your spiritual journey today. If this message resonates with you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Together, we continue to grow, learn, and paint the vibrant picture of a life filled with meaning and connection. Stay blessed and always trust the process.
Beloved chosen ones, you are here for a reason. If you found this message today, it is not by chance. This moment is a divine appointment, a sacred whisper from the universe to your soul, reminding you that you are different, destined, and divinely chosen. You see, your journey is unlike any other. Your path is marked by trials and tribulations that often seem insurmountable, leaving you wondering why your efforts feel like they're not enough. You are doing everything right, yet the challenges keep coming. But here's what you need to know. These trials are not here to defeat you. They are not random misfortunes. They are divine tests, perfectly tailored to your soul's growth, designed to forge your spirit, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you for something extraordinary. Today, you are on the brink of a magnificent breakthrough, a transformation so profound that it will reshape your destiny. But first, you must pass this test. This is not just a test of endurance, but of faith, patience, and trust in the divine plan. Remember, you are not like everyone else. Your journey is unique, filled with lessons, blessings, and a purpose that is so grand, it could only be given to someone as strong as you. So let's delve deep into what it means to be a chosen one, how these divine tests shape you, and why your breakthrough is closer than you think. As a chosen one, your trials are not punishments, but purposeful challenges, meticulously crafted by the divine to reveal your true strength and potential. These tests are the furnace that refines you, much like the fire that purifies gold, burning away impurities to leave only brilliance. Your path is not meant to be easy. It is meant to elevate you. When you are in the thick of your trials, it is easy to lose sight of this purpose. The weight of the world feels crushing, and the path ahead seems unclear. You might find yourself asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Or, "Will this struggle ever end?" The burden feels overwhelming, as if every step forward is met with an invisible force pulling you back. In these moments, doubt creeps in, whispering that you are not enough, that your efforts are in vain, and that perhaps this is where your journey ends. But remember, these moments of darkness are not your final destination. They are merely the cocoon, the sacred space where your transformation begins. Think of the night sky just before dawn. It is at its darkest, coldest, and most intimidating. The stars that once lit the sky seem to disappear, swallowed by the vastness of the unknown. But within this profound darkness, something miraculous is brewing. The sun is preparing to rise, bringing light, warmth, and a new beginning. Your trials are much the same. They may feel endless, but they are not eternal. They are the precursor to your dawn, a sign that something powerful is on the horizon. Every challenge is a divine opportunity, a sacred invitation to rise above, to discover the strength you never knew you had, and to step closer to the extraordinary life that awaits you. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are gateways. They are the universe's way of pushing you beyond your comfort zone, urging you to shed the old versions of yourself that no longer serve your highest good. When you face adversity, you are given the chance to dig deeper, to reach into the depths of your soul and unearth resilience, courage, and wisdom that were lying dormant within you. In the face of these trials, you may feel tempted to give up, to turn back, or to settle for a life smaller than the one you were meant to live. But it is precisely at this moment, when the struggle feels insurmountable, that you are closest to your breakthrough. The darkest moments often precede the most profound awakenings. They strip away all that is false, revealing the unshakable truth of who you are. They force you to confront your fears, to let go of the illusions that hold you back, and to rise from the ashes stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. It is within these trials that you are being sculpted into the person you are destined to become. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you, but to refine you. It is carving out your character, sharpening your focus, and deepening your faith. Every tear shed, every setback endured, is adding layers of strength and resilience to your spirit. These are the moments that build your legacy, the moments that will one day serve as a testament to your unyielding spirit. When the path ahead seems unclear, remember that clarity often emerges from confusion. The fog that obscures your vision now is temporary. As you continue to move forward, one step at a time, the path will reveal itself. Trust that the divine is guiding you, even when you cannot see the way. The light at the end of the tunnel is not just a distant hope. It is a promise. A promise that your efforts are not in vain, that your struggles are not without purpose, and that the life waiting for you on the other side is far greater than you can imagine. So when you feel like you're on the verge of breaking, remind yourself that you are actually on the verge of a breakthrough. You are not defined by the weight you carry, but by the strength you use to rise above it. Each challenge is a stepping stone, each trial a sacred opportunity to step into a higher version of yourself. Embrace these moments, not with fear, but with the knowing that they are divinely orchestrated to elevate you. You are being prepared for greatness, and your dawn is on the way. Your spirit is undergoing a profound transformation, a divine alchemy that is stripping away all that no longer serves you, leaving behind only the purest essence of who you are. This is not just about overcoming external challenges. It is about an inner metamorphosis. Just as gold must be refined by fire, so too must your spirit be refined through trials. During this period of refinement, you may feel vulnerable, exposed, and even question your worth. The layers of doubt, fear, and limitation are being burned away, revealing the divine brilliance within you. This process is often uncomfortable, like the chipping away of rough edges to create a masterpiece, but it is essential. The divine is meticulously sculpting you into the person you need to become to fulfill your greatest calling. Imagine a piece of raw iron being forged in a blacksmith's fire. The hammering, the heat, the relentless pounding, it all seems harsh and unforgiving. But each strike shapes the iron into a tool of purpose. Similarly, every trial you face is shaping you, refining your character, and aligning you with your highest self. You are not being broken, you are being made whole. You are not losing yourself, you are uncovering the powerful soul that was always there. This refinement also deepens your connection with the divine. As you navigate through these challenges, you are called to rely not on external validations but on your inner strength, your faith, and your intuition. These are your compass in the storm, guiding you toward your true north. The more you trust in this process, the more you will discover that you are not just enduring these tests, you are mastering them. Resilience is the heartbeat of a chosen one. It is the power to rise again and again no matter how many times life knocks you down. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "Keep going," when every part of you wants to give up. This resilience is not about enduring suffering for the sake of it. It is about thriving in spite of it. It is about transforming your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, and your scars into symbols of strength. Think of the phoenix, a mythical bird that rises from its ashes, reborn and renewed. Each time it burns, it emerges more majestic than before. Your journey as a chosen one is much the same. Every trial that feels like a death is actually a rebirth, a chance to shed the old and embrace the new. Your resilience is what keeps you moving forward, what turns obstacles into stepping stones and setbacks into setups for something greater. Resilience also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as blocks on your path, view them as stepping stones leading you closer to your destiny. Ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? How is this situation refining me? When you shift your mindset from victimhood to empowerment, you unlock the true power of resilience. Gratitude is your secret weapon here. Even in the midst of trials, finding small things to be grateful for shifts your energy and raises your vibration. Gratitude is not just a feel-good exercise. It is a spiritual practice that aligns you with the frequency of abundance. It turns what you have into enough and opens the door for even greater blessings to flow into your life. The journey of a chosen one is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It is a long and winding path that requires patience, persistence, and an unwavering faith in the divine timing of your life. Embracing this process means letting go of the need for immediate results and trusting that every step, every delay, and every detour is part of the grander plan. Imagine an artist carefully painting a masterpiece. Each stroke is deliberate, each color chosen with purpose. To an untrained eye, the process may seem slow, even chaotic. But the artist knows that every stroke is necessary to bring the vision to life. The divine is the master artist of your life, and each experience you encounter is a stroke on the canvas of your destiny. One of the most powerful lessons you will learn on this journey is the art of surrender. Surrendering does not mean giving up. It means trusting that the divine has a plan far greater than anything you could imagine. It means releasing the need to control every outcome and allowing life to unfold in its perfect timing. This surrender is an act of faith, a declaration that you believe in the divine orchestration of your life. Being present is another key to embracing the process. The magic of life is found not in the destination, but in the journey itself. When you focus solely on where you want to be, you miss the beauty of where you are. Every moment is a gift, a chance to connect deeply with your soul, to learn, to grow, and to align more fully with your purpose. Celebrate your progress no matter how small it seems. Each step forward, each lesson learned, is a victory. You are not where you were yesterday, and that is worth celebrating. Embracing the process is about honoring every phase of your journey, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. It's about finding peace in the midst of the storm and joy in the journey of becoming. Faith is the cornerstone of your journey as a chosen one. It is the unshakable belief that no matter how dark things seem, there is a light guiding you. Faith is not just a feeling, it is a commitment to trust in the unseen, to believe in the promise of your path even when you cannot see the way forward. In the Bible, there is a story of Peter walking on water. As long as he kept his eyes on Jesus, he walked steadily. But when he looked at the waves, he began to sink. This story is a powerful reminder of the nature of faith. It is about where you place your focus. When you focus on the storm, you feel overwhelmed. But when you focus on the divine, you find the strength to keep walking. Faith requires you to let go of fear. Fear is the thief of destiny, the voice that tells you to shrink back when you were born to rise. But when you cultivate faith, you replace fear with trust, doubt with confidence, and hesitation with inspired action. Faith is what propels you forward when logic says to quit, what keeps you moving when the path is unclear. Patience is another aspect of faith that is crucial for the chosen ones. Divine timing does not operate on human schedules, and the wait can often feel excruciating. But patience is not about idle waiting. It is about active trust. It is the art of holding space for your dreams, knowing that they are on their way. It is about taking inspired action while trusting that the divine is working behind the scenes to bring everything together. Faith also involves surrendering control. It is about saying, I don't need to have all the answers because I trust the one who does. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It is a powerful declaration of strength. It says that you trust the divine plan more than your own understanding, and that you are willing to follow where you are led. Intuition is the quiet whisper of the divine, the inner knowing that guides you toward your highest path. As a chosen one, your intuition is heightened. It is your greatest ally on this journey. Yet in a world filled with noise and distractions, it is easy to ignore this inner voice, to doubt it, or to push it aside in favor of logic and reason. But your intuition is your soul's compass, pointing you toward the direction that is most aligned with your purpose. It often speaks in subtle ways: a gut feeling, a quiet nudge, or a sudden insight that seems to come from nowhere. Trusting your intuition is an act of self-honoring. It is a declaration that you believe in your inner wisdom and the divine guidance that flows through you. To tune into your intuition, you must quiet the external noise. Practices like meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature help you connect with your inner voice. The more you cultivate stillness, the clearer your intuition becomes. It is in the quiet moments that the most profound insights emerge. Discernment is also essential. Not every voice you hear is aligned with your highest good. As you navigate your path, your intuition helps you discern which opportunities to pursue, which relationships to nurture, and which paths to avoid. Trust it, even when it defies logic. Your intuition is your direct line to the divine, guiding you toward the path meant uniquely for you. Following your intuition requires courage. Sometimes it will lead you down roads that others do not understand, and you may be tempted to doubt yourself. But remember, your journey is yours alone. What is right for someone else may not be right for you. Trust that inner nudge, for it is leading you exactly where you need to be. Divine timing is the rhythm of the universe, a sacred dance of events unfolding exactly when they are meant to. As a chosen one, understanding and embracing divine timing is one of your greatest lessons. It is the realization that every delay, every detour, and every moment of waiting is not wasted but is a crucial part of the process. When things do not happen as quickly as you hoped, it is easy to become disheartened. But divine timing is always perfect, even when it feels slow. It is a reminder that the universe sees the bigger picture, orchestrating every detail of your life in ways that are often beyond your understanding. What feels like a setback is often a setup for something greater. Patience is the art of trusting that the universe is aligning everything in your favor, even when you cannot see it. It is knowing that what is meant for you will not pass you by, and that everything is unfolding in perfect harmony. Patience allows you to remain at peace, even in the waiting, because you trust that the divine is at work. Staying present is also key. When you are fully engaged in the moment, you are more attuned to the signs, synchronicities, and opportunities that the divine places on your path. You begin to notice the subtle ways the universe communicates with you: a repeated number, a meaningful conversation, or a door opening unexpectedly. Surrendering to divine timing means letting go of the need to rush the process. It is about allowing life to flow, trusting that you are exactly where you need to be. This surrender does not mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the attachment to how and when they manifest. It is about finding joy in the journey and allowing the universe to surprise you in ways you never imagined. Chosen one, your journey is sacred. Every trial you face is a stepping stone. Every setback a setup for something greater. The divine has not brought you this far to leave you. You are on the cusp of a breakthrough so extraordinary that it will make every challenge worthwhile. But to reach it, you must continue to trust, to believe, and to keep moving forward with unwavering faith. Your path is not like everyone else's because your purpose is not like anyone else's. You are here to shine, to lead, and to bring light into the world in a way that only you can. The trials you face are not meant to break you, but to build you into the person you were always destined to be. So keep going. Embrace the journey. Trust in the divine timing of your life. Know that you are being guided, supported, and prepared for a destiny beyond your wildest dreams. This is not the end of your story. It is just the beginning. Your breakthrough is not just possible, it is promised. And when it comes, it will be more magnificent than you ever imagined. Stay strong, stay faithful, and remember that you are never alone. The divine is with you, guiding every step. This is your time. Embrace it fully and get ready for the millionaire breakthrough that is destined to be yours. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for believing in the power within you. Your journey as a chosen one is unfolding perfectly, and the universe is working tirelessly in your favor. Keep shining, keep believing, and know that your greatest blessings are on their way. Do you ever feel like the harder you push toward your dreams, the more everything around you pushes back? Like no matter how much you give, you're met with misunderstanding, judgment, or even rejection, especially when you're on the brink of something amazing? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, this struggle is a common experience for those destined for greatness, the chosen ones. But why is it that chosen ones are often treated so poorly before their breakthrough? What is it about their energy, their potential, that seems to stir up resistance in others? In today's video, we'll explore 10 profound reasons why chosen ones face these challenges and how every bit of it is part of their path to success. Before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join this community of like-minded souls. Together, we'll uncover hidden truths and embrace the journey of becoming your highest self. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The spiritual aura of the chosen one. From the moment a chosen one steps forward, there's an undeniable shift in the atmosphere. It's not merely their words, actions, or accomplishments that captivate those around them. There's something much deeper at play, a spiritual presence that emanates from within. This energy is a reflection of their profound connection to a higher purpose. It's an aura that radiates qualities like kindness and integrity, traits that shine in stark contrast to a world often fixated on ego, material gain, and surface-level success. This presence isn't just noticed, it's felt. It can be magnetizing, drawing people in, yet it can also create unease. Why? Because the chosen one embodies traits that others may long to cultivate, but haven't yet accessed. When faced with someone who seems to live in harmony with their higher self, those around them may begin to feel a sense of inadequacy or even discomfort. The chosen one's light, so to speak, shines directly on the unhealed parts of others, exposing unresolved conflicts, doubts, and insecurities that may have been buried beneath the surface. For those who are spiritually awakened or attuned, encountering a chosen one feels like a breath of fresh air. They become a living example of what's possible when one fully steps into their truth, a beacon of potential and growth. But for those who are still disconnected from their own spiritual path, the experience can stir up envy, jealousy, or even resentment. It's important to note that these reactions are not a reflection of the chosen one's character, but rather a mirror of the inner turmoil the other person is experiencing. Their very presence triggers a deep, often uncomfortable spiritual tension within others, compelling them to confront parts of themselves they might prefer to ignore. This complex dynamic between the chosen one and those around them serves as both a challenge and a lesson, revealing that spiritual growth often provokes reactions from those still struggling with their own journey. Chapter 2. The role of challenges in the journey. The challenges faced by chosen ones are far from random or accidental. They are essential steps in their personal and spiritual evolution. Every hardship, every moment of isolation, misunderstanding, or rejection acts as a necessary catalyst for their growth. These trials are not meant to break them, but rather to build them into the kind of person capable of realizing their higher purpose. It's natural to question why those destined for greatness must endure such relentless difficulties. However, the answer lies in the transformative power of adversity. Without that difficulty, they would never develop the strength, resilience, or wisdom required to step fully into their destiny. The struggles they encounter aren't setbacks. They are the very experiences that mold chosen ones into leaders, healers, and visionaries. It's through facing trials head-on that they discover their true potential and deepen their understanding of both themselves and the world. During times of struggle, they are compelled to confront their most hidden fears, insecurities, and inner shadows. By battling and ultimately overcoming these personal demons, they emerge not just stronger, but more empathetic, with a profound understanding of the human condition. They learn to navigate the complexities of life with grace, humility, and wisdom, qualities that make them the guides and way showers for others. The path they walk, while difficult, is what uniquely qualifies them to inspire and lead. Their own journey through adversity provides them with the insight and compassion needed to help others navigate their own hardships. Chosen ones are far more than symbols of success. They are living examples of the incredible power of perseverance, the transformative force of courage, and the unshakable faith that is forged in the fires of difficulty. Through their experiences, they show that struggle is not just a burden but a blessing, a necessary passage toward becoming the person they are meant to be. Chapter 3. The Mirror Effect: How Chosen Ones Reflect the Inner Struggles of Others. The journey of the Chosen One is deeply reflective, not only for themselves but also for everyone they encounter. Their spiritual clarity and emotional depth act as a mirror, revealing to others both the untapped potential within them and the areas where they may feel lacking. This reflection can be enlightening for some, but for many, it's also uncomfortable, as it forces them to confront aspects of themselves they've long buried or avoided. The presence of a chosen one serves as a spotlight, illuminating the paths others have not yet dared to walk, or the dreams they've left unpursued. For those open to growth, witnessing the chosen one's unyielding dedication to their higher purpose and personal evolution can be incredibly inspiring. Their authenticity, their ability to stay true to their spiritual path in a world that often pushes conformity, becomes a living testament that personal fulfillment and deep purpose are within reach. In this sense, the Chosen One serves as a beacon of possibility, a reminder that, no matter how challenging life may seem, there's always room for transformation, for a higher calling. However, for others, this reflection is much harder to bear. Seeing someone thrive in their purpose can magnify unresolved insecurities, self-doubt, or unfulfilled desires. The Chosen One's success may unintentionally shine a harsh light on the unrealized potential or inner wounds that these individuals carry. In such cases, the Chosen One becomes a target, not because of any wrongdoing on their part, but because they represent something deeper, the embodiment of everything the other person may fear they will never achieve. This internal conflict often manifests as resentment, envy, or even hostility, as people struggle with the discomfort of their own reflection. This dynamic is especially noticeable in close relationships, where the Chosen One's growth and spiritual progress can feel like a threat to the established order. Friends, family members, or colleagues who have yet to embark on their own journey of self-discovery may find the Chosen One's path difficult to understand, leading to alienation or even passive resistance. Instead of offering support, these loved ones may unintentionally create barriers, reacting out of their own discomfort. This only adds to the emotional weight the Chosen One carries, compounding feelings of isolation. Ultimately, the Chosen One's path not only challenges them to grow, but also forces those around them to face their own unresolved inner struggles. In doing so, the Chosen One's journey becomes a catalyst for transformation, not just for themselves, but for all who are willing to look into the mirror they hold up. Chapter 4. The Burden of High Expectations. Chosen ones are often elevated to a pedestal by those who admire their wisdom, talents, and spiritual insight. Their unique abilities can lead others to see them as flawless, creating a perception that they are immune to failure. While this admiration might seem flattering at first, it often comes with unrealistic expectations that can quickly turn into a crushing burden. The weight of constantly having to live up to these lofty ideals can be overwhelming, especially for chosen ones who, like everyone else, are navigating their own doubts, insecurities, and personal struggles. They are, after all, human beings, imperfect, vulnerable, and still evolving. Yet society tends to demand perfection from them, allowing little room for error or moments of weakness. This pressure to always rise above, to never show cracks in the armor, can leave them feeling isolated and misunderstood. When chosen ones inevitably falter, as all humans do, the response from others can be swift and unforgiving. The same people who once admired them may quickly turn to criticism, amplifying their mistakes rather than offering the compassion and support they so desperately need. What was once admiration turns into scrutiny, where every action and decision is dissected. Instead of being met with understanding during difficult times, chosen ones may find themselves standing alone, their vulnerabilities exposed to harsh judgment. In the face of such expectations, it is essential for chosen ones to remember that their value doesn't lie in their ability to meet society's impossible standards. Their true worth comes from their authenticity, their willingness to be real, to face their challenges head-on, and to grow through their experiences. By staying connected to their inner calling, they continue to inspire, not because they are perfect, but because they embody resilience, courage, and the power of self-reflection. Their journey is not about meeting the expectations of others, but about staying true to their purpose and path. It's this authenticity, this ability to be vulnerable, to stumble, and yet still rise, that makes them truly remarkable. By embracing their imperfections and understanding that they are not here to live up to someone else's idealized vision, chosen ones can walk their path with greater freedom. They can inspire others not through an image of unattainable perfection, but through the raw beauty of their human experience, an experience that includes hardship, growth, and the quiet strength that comes from persevering despite it all. In the end, the most profound influence chosen ones have is not in how they appear flawless to the world, but in how they navigate their journey with integrity, remaining true to their core values in the face of both praise and criticism. This is the legacy they leave behind, one of resilience, truth, and the courage to be themselves no matter the expectations placed upon them. Chapter 5. The importance of self-reflection and inner growth. One of the most significant and transformative elements of the chosen one's journey is the deep emphasis on self-reflection and inner growth. Every external challenge they encounter is not merely an obstacle to overcome, but a reflection of an internal lesson waiting to be uncovered. These trials are not random, they serve a higher purpose, inviting the chosen one to dive deeper into their own psyche and soul. Rather than something to avoid, each difficulty becomes a doorway to self-discovery and profound transformation. Chosen ones are continuously called to look inward, to question their beliefs, values, and motivations. It is through this constant process of introspection that they maintain their sense of purpose and stay true to their path, even when the world around them is filled with resistance or doubt. This inner work allows them to develop a sense of emotional strength and spiritual resilience that carries them through life's many challenges. Each time they turn inward, they refine their ability to navigate the complexities of both their inner and outer worlds. As they evolve, the growth and transformation they experience not only benefit them, but also empower them to guide others. Their personal journey becomes a map for those who are just beginning to walk their own spiritual paths. Through the stories they share and the wisdom they gain, chosen ones offer invaluable insights into the intricacies of personal development and the life-changing power of self-awareness. They become living examples of how inner growth can lead to outer change, inspiring others to embark on their own transformative journeys. This focus on self-reflection highlights an essential truth, that true self-worth must be cultivated from within, independent of any external validation. In a world where success is often measured by outward achievements, societal approval, or recognition, chosen ones must learn to trust their own inner compass. This is no easy task, as the pressures of society can make it tempting to seek validation from others. Yet, the true path of the chosen one lies in embracing their unique journey, finding fulfillment not in how others perceive them, but in the deep personal alignment with their own values and purpose. Learning to trust in themselves and their inner guidance is a vital lesson for chosen ones. It requires them to release the need for constant approval and instead build a foundation of self-worth that is unshakable, rooted in their own sense of purpose. By embracing this path of inner growth, they find a fulfillment that transcends the fleeting rewards of societal recognition. In doing so, They demonstrate to others that the true measure of success lies not in external achievements, but in the authenticity and integrity with which one lives their life. In the end, the journey of the chosen one is not about perfection or public praise. It is about the quiet, powerful work of becoming more in tune with oneself, trusting the path, and finding deep satisfaction in personal evolution. Their story is a testament to the power of inner growth, and through their journey, they show that true purpose comes from within, beyond the noise and expectations of the world. Chapter 6. The Power of Compassion and Empathy. One of the most profound gifts that chosen ones bring to the world is their deep well of compassion and empathy. Having walked through their own trials and hardships, they are uniquely attuned to the struggles and suffering of others. This heightened sense of empathy allows them to connect with people on a truly meaningful level, offering guidance, comfort, and healing in ways that resonate deeply with those in need. Their ability to understand another's pain goes beyond mere sympathy. It stems from personal experience, making their compassion both authentic and transformative. Yet this same depth of empathy can become a double-edged sword. Because they feel so deeply for others, chosen ones are often vulnerable to emotional exhaustion. The weight of not only their own challenges but also the burdens of those around them can quickly become overwhelming. Without clear boundaries, their immense capacity for caring can leave them depleted, mentally and emotionally drained. It's crucial for chosen ones to recognize that, while their role as healers and guides is invaluable, they must also protect their own well-being. Compassion, though a powerful force for good, must be tempered with the practice of self-care. Chosen ones need to learn that setting healthy boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but a necessary step to maintain their own energy. After all, they cannot continue to uplift and support others if their own reserves are empty. By taking the time to nurture their own mental, emotional, and spiritual health, they not only restore themselves, but also ensure that they can continue to serve the world with the same passion and purpose. In striking this balance, chosen ones become examples of both healing and resilience. They demonstrate to others that kindness and empathy must extend inward as well as outward, modeling the importance of nurturing one's own spirit alongside caring for others. By prioritizing self-care, they teach that true compassion begins with oneself. This balance of empathy and personal well-being creates a sustainable path, allowing them to continue offering their gifts to the world without sacrificing their inner peace. In this way, chosen ones fulfill dual roles as both healers and teachers. Their empathy provides a soothing balm for the wounded souls they encounter, while their ability to maintain boundaries becomes a quiet lesson in self-preservation. They remind us that caring for others does not mean abandoning ourselves. Rather, by ensuring that our own needs are met, we can show up in the world more fully, more present, and more capable of sharing the love and compassion that so many desperately seek. Through their example, chosen ones inspire others to face their own challenges with grace and understanding, all while teaching the critical importance of balance and self-care in a world that often demands far too much. Chapter 7. The Ripple Effect of the Chosen One's Journey. The impact of a chosen one's journey stretches far beyond their own personal transformation. As they move through the challenges and triumphs of their unique path, they unknowingly create a ripple effect that touches the lives of countless others. This influence, while not always immediately visible, is deeply profound and resonates far beyond their immediate circle. With each step they take, every act of resilience, every demonstration of authenticity, and each moment of compassion, they send out waves of inspiration that extend far and wide. These waves are not confined to the people who directly interact with the chosen one. The energy they radiate, the integrity with which they live their lives, and their unwavering commitment to their higher purpose become beacons of light for others. Their journey stands as living proof that it is possible to lead a life rooted in purpose, guided by integrity, and enriched by spiritual depth, even in a world that often favors conformity and material success. By simply being true to themselves, chosen ones offer silent but powerful encouragement to those around them, showing that it is not only possible to walk a path less traveled, but that such a path can lead to deep fulfillment. The ripple effect they generate reaches beyond personal connections, spreading to people from all walks of life. Their story, their struggles, and their perseverance inspire others to reconsider their own paths and purpose. In doing so, they challenge those who witness their journey to reflect on their own potential, to see the possibilities that lie within them, and to live more authentically. The chosen one's life becomes a testament to the transformative power of staying true to oneself, even in the face of obstacles, resistance, or adversity. Through their example, they illuminate a different way of living, a way that prioritizes inner growth over outward appearances, purpose over praise, and authenticity over approval. As their influence ripples outward, they touch the hearts and minds of many, offering a new perspective on what it truly means to live a life of meaning, purpose, and spiritual depth. In this way, the journey of the chosen one has a far-reaching, often subtle impact. They plant seeds of change in the hearts of those who witness their life, encouraging others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and personal transformation. Their quiet influence reminds us all that our actions, no matter how small, can inspire change in ways we may never fully realize. The path they walk, while often solitary and misunderstood, leaves behind a trail of light that guides others toward a more meaningful and purposeful existence. As we've explored today, the path of the chosen ones is often met with resistance, misunderstanding, and even hostility. But remember, these challenges are not meant to break you. They are shaping you into the person you are destined to become. The very struggles you face are the stepping stones toward your breakthrough. Each test you endure serves to refine your purpose, sharpen your resilience, and deepen your connection to your higher calling. If you're feeling misunderstood or pushed to your limits, know that you're not alone. Many chosen ones have walked this path before, and their breakthrough came not despite the challenges, but because of them. Embrace the journey, trust in your growth, and keep moving forward. Before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop a comment below and let us know how you're navigating your own journey. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community. Together, we'll continue to support and inspire each other as we walk our unique paths. Thank you for watching, and until next time, embrace every challenge, for it is shaping the incredible future that lies ahead. Chosen ones, what if I told you that even the darkest forces, the demons you fear, might actually be working in your favor? It may sound surprising, but sometimes the challenges, obstacles, and negative energies we face are actually shaping us, refining our strength, and pushing us toward our higher purpose. Could it be that even the demons, symbols of hardship and struggle, are secretly playing a role in your spiritual growth? In today's video, we'll uncover why these dark forces might be unknowingly assisting you on your divine journey. While their intentions may not be pure, their impact on your soul's evolution can be transformative, forcing you to break through limitations, awaken your inner power, and align more deeply with the light within you. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're seeking deeper insights into your spiritual awakening. Our community is here to guide and support you as you navigate these profound truths. Let's explore how even the darkest energies can be tools for your spiritual ascension. Since the dawn of existence, certain souls have been handpicked by the divine to fulfill extraordinary missions on Earth. These missions, often cloaked in mystery, serve a higher purpose: to guide humanity towards a deeper understanding of its spiritual essence and true potential. If you're listening this, you may very well be one of those chosen few, carrying within you a destiny far greater than you've yet realized. As a chosen one, your life is imbued with an undeniable sense of purpose, even if it's not always immediately clear to you. Every trial, every hardship you encounter, whether emotional, mental, or spiritual, is not a random misfortune. These challenges are carefully placed on your path, designed to shape, strengthen, and refine you into the powerful being you were always meant to become. Just as fire tempers steel, these obstacles are here to purify your spirit and prepare you for the monumental mission that lies ahead. However, this path is not without its dangers. Forces of darkness, those that thrive in fear, confusion, and disorder, are constantly seeking to throw you off course. They recognize the immense significance of your role in the divine plan, knowing that if they can hinder or mislead you, they may disrupt the balance and steer the world further into chaos. But here's where the story becomes even more intriguing. These dark entities, for all their malevolence, sometimes find themselves in an unexpected position. While their nature is to oppose and destabilize, they are forced to acknowledge the profound spiritual authority you wield as a chosen one. Rather than facing certain defeat in direct confrontation, these dark forces occasionally choose a different tactic, one of reluctant cooperation. This isn't an act of compassion or repentance on their part. Rather, it's a calculated move, an acknowledgement that working against you would only hasten their own demise. And so, they tread carefully, aware that while they may attempt to manipulate or mislead, they cannot truly overpower the light you carry. They understand that your spiritual resilience is not something to be taken lightly, and even in their most cunning moments, they recognize that the power within you far surpasses anything they can wield against you. It's a common misconception to think that the spiritual realm is simply a battlefield, where good and evil clash in a straightforward war. In reality, the forces at work are far more intricate, with layers of complexity that transcend our limited human perceptions of morality. The spiritual world is not black and white. It's woven with subtle shades of gray, where even the darkest entities are governed by universal laws, laws that go beyond the rigid ideas of right and wrong that we typically hold. Demons, often portrayed as agents of pure chaos and destruction, are far more calculated and intelligent than they are typically given credit for. They are not mere forces of anarchy, mindlessly wreaking havoc. Instead, they are highly strategic beings with their own deeply rooted motives and long-term goals. While their primary aim might be to corrupt, lead astray, or control, they remain keenly aware of the boundaries they must respect. They know that crossing certain cosmic lines could have disastrous consequences for themselves. And when a chosen one, someone imbued with divine power, steps fully into their spiritual authority, the entire dynamic changes. The very fabric of the spiritual battlefield shifts, and these entities recognize the danger in challenging someone with such immense potential head-on. They know that doing so could lead to their own destruction. This is where the paradox lies. Demons, despite their nature, sometimes find themselves in the unusual position of needing to cooperate with the chosen ones rather than oppose them outright. They may realize that aligning themselves, at least temporarily, with a chosen one is the safer, more advantageous move. But make no mistake, their cooperation is not born out of kindness or genuine support. Instead, it's a calculated tactic, a way for them to gain influence over your journey. They might offer assistance, but this help is always cloaked in deception, intended to manipulate events in their favor. Their ultimate goal remains the same: to subtly influence and mislead you, even if it means pretending to be an ally. As a chosen one, your greatest challenge lies in navigating these complex dynamics. It requires sharp discernment and profound wisdom. Not every hand extended to you is offered with pure intentions, and not every ally is truly on your side. Many of these helpers are merely setting traps, trying to lure you away from your higher purpose. But fortunately, you are not left defenseless. With the gift of discernment, a gift uniquely granted to those chosen by the divine, you can see through their schemes. You can lift the veil of deception and uncover the true motives behind every offer, every act of apparent kindness. The key to your journey is recognizing the hidden layers within every interaction and trusting your intuition to guide you. The power to see beyond the surface is within you. By using this gift, you will remain steadfast on your path, avoiding the snares set by those who seek to manipulate you. Ultimately, your clarity and insight will reveal the true nature of every spiritual force that crosses your path, ensuring that you remain aligned with your divine mission. At the very heart of your being lies an extraordinary gift, an invisible divine shield that surrounds you at all times. This spiritual armor is not something easily grasped by those who have not walked the path of the chosen. It is a radiant aura, a force of pure light that encircles you, forming an impenetrable barrier that deflects the darkness and sends malevolent intentions back into the shadows from which they emerged. It is as if the universe itself recognizes the sacredness of your mission, ensuring that no evil can truly take hold of you. This divine protection is not just a privilege, it's a profound blessing and an enormous responsibility. Though it guards you from direct harm, it does not eliminate the challenges from your journey. In fact, the very presence of this shield often intensifies the trials you face. The forces of darkness sense your power and your purpose, and in their desperation, they will stop at nothing to try and derail you. But the fierceness of their attacks only confirms the significance of your mission. The greater the opposition, the more certain you can be that you are walking the path you were meant to follow. However, this shield is not meant solely for your own protection. It serves a much broader purpose. It radiates outwards, touching the lives of those around you. In times of hardship, when people are drowning in confusion and despair, your light acts as a guiding force, cutting through the fog of negativity. Your presence alone can shift the energy of a room, bringing calm to chaos and offering peace in the midst of turmoil. This is your gift to others, a silent yet powerful beacon of hope and clarity that lifts those around you. It is in these moments that your gift of discernment becomes your greatest weapon. This innate ability, bestowed upon all chosen ones, allows you to see beyond appearances, to feel when something is amiss even when it is not immediately visible. It gives you the power to cut through the illusions that these forces use to deceive and manipulate. By trusting this gift and tuning into your inner knowing, you can navigate through their traps and remain steadfast on your divine path. Ultimately, your light, combined with the strength of your spiritual shield, ensures that no matter how cunning the darkness may be, it can never extinguish the fire that burns within you. You are destined to shine, to be a source of inspiration and protection for others, even in the face of relentless opposition. The darkness may try, but it will always fail, for the power that guides and protects you is far greater than any force that seeks to bring you down. One of the most extraordinary gifts bestowed upon the chosen is the ability to see beyond what is immediately visible, the gift of discernment. This profound spiritual sense allows you to penetrate the surface and perceive the deeper realities that others may overlook. While many are easily misled by appearances, you possess the rare ability to unveil hidden truths, the secret agendas, the concealed intentions, and the manipulations lurking beneath the facade. It is as though you can peer into the very heart of things, seeing through the illusions that attempt to pull you away from your divine path. Demons, these shadowy forces, are masters of deception. They possess the uncanny ability to take on many different forms, often appearing as friends, trusted advisors, or even those who seem to have your best interests at heart. Their disguises are meticulously crafted, designed to gain your trust. But make no mistake, their ultimate aim is always the same: to plant the seeds of doubt, confusion, and fear within you. They know that if they can slip past your defenses and get close enough, they can influence your thoughts, your emotions, and eventually, your choices. Their goal is to quietly divert you from your divine purpose, all without you realizing the danger until it's too late. However, as one of the chosen, you are not easily deceived. Your heightened spiritual awareness acts as a protective shield, constantly alerting you to subtle shifts in energy and intention. It's a powerful inner compass that guides you when something is out of harmony. Whether it's an uneasy feeling that settles in your stomach, a sudden tension in the air, or an inexplicable sense of discomfort when interacting with certain people or situations, your intuition is always speaking to you. These sensations are not random. They are messages from the divine, warning you to be cautious, to step back, and to reassess your surroundings. The beauty of discernment is that it empowers you to act decisively. It gives you the clarity to see the truth where others see only confusion. You become aware of hidden motives and subtle manipulations long before they can take root. Armed with this gift, you are not easily swayed, and no matter how cleverly disguised the darkness may be, you are always a step ahead. By tuning into this spiritual sensitivity, you are able to stay aligned with your higher purpose, maintaining the strength and purity of your mission, while avoiding the traps set by those who seek to mislead you. Remember, this gift of discernment is your greatest ally. It will protect you, guide you, and empower you as you walk your divine path, ensuring that no matter what forces try to steer you off course, you will always find your way back to the light. One of the most subtle yet dangerous tactics used by demonic forces is their ability to infiltrate your life through the people closest to you. These individuals, often unaware of the spiritual influences at play, can unwittingly become conduits for dark energies. They could be your friends, colleagues, or even beloved family members, acting under an unseen influence, entirely unaware that their actions or words are being shaped by forces beyond their control. It's essential to understand that these people are not inherently evil or malicious. More often than not, they are simply vulnerable, susceptible to manipulation due to unresolved emotional pain, deep-seated fears, or negative patterns of thought. Some may lack the spiritual awareness necessary to recognize when their behavior is being influenced by darker energies. As a chosen one, it becomes your responsibility to remain vigilant and discerning in your interactions, particularly with those who may unknowingly be serving as vessels for these subtle forces. The key to overcoming this lies in your unique gift of discernment. As a chosen one, you are blessed with an innate ability to sense when something is out of alignment, to recognize when darker forces are subtly at work through those around you. This spiritual sensitivity allows you to detect the quiet undercurrents of manipulation that others might miss, giving you the insight needed to protect both your energy and your sacred mission. By staying deeply connected to the divine, you can shield yourself from these negative influences. Grounding yourself in your spiritual practice will keep your mind clear and your heart open, allowing you to navigate these challenges with both wisdom and compassion. You'll be able to maintain a healthy distance when necessary, while still offering understanding and kindness to those who may be unknowingly affected. In doing so, you protect not only your own spirit but also create an opportunity for others to awaken to the unseen forces at play in their lives. Ultimately, your ability to discern these subtle influences is a powerful tool. It ensures that you remain unwavering on your path, equipped to recognize and deflect any attempts to pull you away from your divine purpose. In a world where spiritual battles often take place just beneath the surface, your heightened awareness is both a gift and a shield, helping you stay anchored in truth while offering light and guidance to those around you. Your journey as a chosen one goes far beyond personal growth and spiritual awakening. It is a battle, an ongoing spiritual warfare fought on multiple levels, both within yourself and in the world around you. As you ascend in your spiritual power, you transform into a warrior of light, not only fighting for the sanctity of your own soul, but also standing as a guardian for the souls of others who cross your path. This battle is not just for your enlightenment. It is a cosmic struggle between light and darkness, with far-reaching consequences. The battles you face are often invisible to the naked eye, unfolding in the realm of the unseen. It is here that dark forces attempt to undermine your strength, to shake your faith, and to weaken your resolve. These forces operate in subtle, insidious ways, trying to erode your progress, but you are never truly alone in this fight. The divine has equipped you with spiritual tools and weapons, crafted specifically for you, to ensure you stand firm in the face of these adversities. Among the most potent weapons in your arsenal is your unwavering faith. This faith is not merely a belief in something greater. It is a deep, unshakable certainty, a knowing that runs through your very core. It is the absolute conviction that you are divinely protected, eternally guided, and surrounded by forces of light and love that go far beyond human understanding. It is this inner faith that enables you to rise every time you fall, that pushes you to keep moving forward even when everything around you seems to be collapsing. In moments of despair, your faith becomes an unbreakable anchor, keeping you steady amidst life's storms. Equally powerful is your inner light. This light is not just a symbolic representation of goodness. It is a very real, energetic force that radiates from the depths of your soul. It is a beacon, shining brightly in the darkness, and it is this light that demons and dark entities fear most. In the presence of your light, their power diminishes, for they cannot stand in its brilliance. Your light reveals them for what they truly are, exposing the lies, the deceptions, and the shadows they try to hide in. It is this light that acts as both a shield and a sword, protecting you while simultaneously cutting through the darkness. In this spiritual warfare, your role is not passive. You are a warrior, chosen for this exact moment in time to stand against forces that seek to bring confusion, despair, and fear into the world. But with your faith as your shield and your inner light as your sword, you are more than capable of facing the darkness. Each challenge you encounter is an opportunity to grow stronger, to sharpen your spiritual weapons, and to stand more fully in your divine purpose. You are not just surviving this battle. You are thriving within it, emerging as a beacon of hope, a living testament to the power of light over darkness. As you continue on your journey, remember that every step you take strengthens not only your own spirit but also the collective power of light in the world. The darkness may come, but it will never overcome the light that shines within you. When demons and their human vessels dare to confront a chosen one, they are not merely engaging in a simple clash of wills. They are triggering the full weight of divine justice, invoking cosmic forces that govern the balance of light and darkness, good and evil. The universe is built upon laws that maintain this equilibrium, and when these laws are violated by an attack on a chosen one, the consequences are swift and unavoidable. Those who attempt to bring harm to a chosen one inevitably face the repercussions of this sacred order. Divine retribution extends beyond the demonic entities themselves. It reaches the individuals who have, consciously or not, allowed themselves to become tools of these dark forces. These people often experience the fallout of their actions in various ways, through personal misfortune, emotional upheaval, or even physical ailments. This isn't punishment in the traditional sense, but rather the natural outcome of aligning with forces that seek to disrupt the cosmic balance. By choosing to act against the divine will, they bring upon themselves the consequences of their own misguided actions. Just as a stone dropped into water creates ripples, the energy of their choices reverberates back to them in the form of suffering and chaos. As a chosen one, however, you need not be concerned with these attacks or their attempts to undermine your purpose. The forces that protect you are far greater than any threat you may encounter. You are safeguarded by a divine power that operates beyond the limitations of this world, ensuring that justice is always served in your favor. Each time you stand strong in your light, resisting the attempts of darkness to shake you, you are reaffirming your unbreakable connection to the divine. With every trial you overcome, the shield of protection around you grows stronger, further reinforcing your spiritual armor. You are never alone in this battle. The very laws of the universe work in your favor, responding to every challenge with precision and fairness. The darkness may try to infiltrate your life, but the forces of light will always prevail. Your unwavering faith in this divine protection not only secures your safety, but also acts as a beacon of strength, shining ever brighter as you walk the path of your higher calling. Rest assured, the universe is always working to ensure that justice is served, and no force of darkness can truly stand against the power of a chosen one. So, as a chosen one, you now understand that the battle between light and dark is more intricate than it appears. Demons, despite their nature, sometimes work in ways that can actually assist you, but not without hidden motives. Their recognition of your divine power drives them to take subtle approaches, attempting to manipulate and influence. But you possess the gift of discernment, and with it, You can see through their intentions and remain aligned with your higher purpose. Remember, your light is not just a defense, it's a force that transforms everything around you. Continue to walk your path with confidence, knowing that even the forces of darkness cannot ultimately stand against you. They may try, but they cannot extinguish the power you carry within. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the spiritual journey of the chosen. Join our community of fellow seekers, and let's continue to uncover the deeper truths that guide us. Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below, and check out the pinned comment for more resources to empower your spiritual growth. Remember, stay strong, stay bright, and until next time, keep shining. In the quiet moments of introspection, we often wonder why, despite our best intentions and efforts to live kindly and authentically, we still encounter negativity, rejection, or even hostility from those around us. It seems paradoxical, even confusing, when we strive to be the best versions of ourselves, only to be met with disdain or mistreatment. What is the root of this discord? Why do some people, even without clear reason, seem to harbor ill feelings toward us or reject our presence entirely? The answer lies not in what you do, but in who you are, the light you carry within you. You may not fully recognize it, but you possess a powerful spiritual presence that profoundly affects others. Your spirit, shining brightly in its authenticity, kindness, and wisdom, can disrupt and unsettle the shadows that lie within those who have not yet faced their inner darkness. The discomfort you sense from them is not about you as an individual, but about what your light represents. It's a mirror reflecting their unhealed wounds, insecurities, and struggles, often provoking responses of resentment or hostility. As we explore these reasons, you'll begin to understand the purpose behind the pain and how it's all leading to your breakthrough. So if you're ready to embrace your journey with renewed strength, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more powerful insights that will uplift and empower you. You're on the verge of something great, and you don't want to miss what comes next. In a world often dominated by shadows, fear, ignorance, envy, and greed, your inner light stands as a rare and potent force. It shines brightly, not just as a reflection of who you are, but as a mirror that reveals the hidden depths in others. Your light isn't merely an outward projection of goodness, it is a profound energy that comes from deep within, born of your unique connection to the divine, to your higher self, and to the truth of your existence. This energy, this radiance, is what sets you apart and makes you different. It's an aura of authenticity and compassion, a spiritual essence that many sense even if they cannot fully comprehend it. While some may be inspired by your radiance, drawn to you, uplifted by your presence, and moved to align themselves with the same sense of purpose, there are others for whom your light is deeply unsettling. It doesn't just exist as a pleasant glow to them. It serves as a spotlight that illuminates the darkest parts of their being. For many, this is unbearable. Why? Because it exposes the very things they have been hiding from, sometimes for their entire lives. Darkness, in this sense, isn't just the absence of light. It's the accumulation of unaddressed fears, insecurities, unresolved traumas, and unmet shadows of the soul. These shadows linger within people, consciously or unconsciously, keeping them trapped in cycles of negativity, bitterness, and stagnation. For those who have yet to confront their inner darkness, seeing someone like you, someone who shines with authenticity and spiritual clarity, forces them to face their own reflection. Your presence alone can stir something deep within them, awakening fears or unresolved wounds that they have kept buried. But the truth is, not everyone is ready to face their own shadows. Many people spend their lives building walls around their insecurities, creating distractions and indulging in patterns of denial to avoid the painful work of self-examination. When they encounter someone like you, someone whose energy reflects their unhealed parts, they may not understand why they feel uncomfortable, but they will feel it intensely. That discomfort often manifests as resentment, jealousy, or even hostility. It is easier for them to deflect the discomfort outward rather than look inward. Instead of viewing your light as an invitation to heal, they may see it as a threat. This is where the divide occurs. Your inner light, your authenticity, can trigger negative responses in those who are not ready to confront their own darkness. The irony is that the very thing they reject, the illumination you offer, is what could set them free if they were willing to do the inner work. Your kindness and authenticity may be misinterpreted as arrogance or superiority, not because you are acting with pride, but because your presence magnifies the areas in their lives where they feel inadequate or incomplete. This dynamic is not a reflection of your worth, but rather a testament to the power of your light. You are a living, breathing reminder that higher paths exist, paths of love, growth, and awakening. To those stuck in cycles of darkness, this is a truth they may not yet be prepared to accept. The energy you carry is not just ordinary, it is divine, radiant, and transformative. There are those who, consciously or unconsciously, can feel this powerful energy the moment you walk into a room. They may not know why they react the way they do, but they instinctively sense that something about you is different, something they cannot quite put their finger on, but that deeply unsettles them. In spiritual terms, you are aligned with the higher vibrations of love, compassion, and authenticity. This energy naturally disrupts lower vibrations, fear, jealousy, and dishonesty. Imagine you are a tuning fork vibrating at a high frequency. Those whose lives are built around lower frequencies, negative emotions, toxic environments, superficial pursuits, will find your energy jarring. It's like trying to tune a dissonant note to a harmonious chord. The process can be uncomfortable and chaotic for those unprepared for the shift. In environments that thrive on the status quo, whether social circles that encourage mediocrity, workplaces mired in toxicity, or relationships built on unhealthy dynamics, your presence represents a threat. People are forced to confront truths they would rather suppress. You are a walking catalyst for change, and while some will embrace this opportunity for growth, others will resent it fiercely. Their resentment is a defense mechanism, a way to protect the comfort zones they have constructed around their lives. For them, change represents risk, and risk is frightening. Your existence alone challenges their complacency, making them feel exposed and vulnerable. And so, they react not to you, but to the deeper fear that your energy triggers within them. One of the most painful human experiences is to be confronted with something, or someone, that represents what we most deeply desire but fear we can never attain. This form of discomfort often cuts to the core, stirring a complex blend of longing, envy, and self-doubt. For those who are struggling on their spiritual path, or who feel disconnected from their true selves, you may inadvertently become the embodiment of what they long for, but secretly believe is out of reach. The pain arises from the conflict between their heart's yearning and the mind's conviction that such fulfillment is unattainable. This inner turmoil is profound. When people see you, someone who radiates authenticity, spiritual clarity, and inner peace, it can awaken something deep within them. A reminder of the life they have always hoped for, but, for various reasons, haven't yet embraced. You may represent the version of themselves they wish they could become, but they feel trapped by their own limiting beliefs, past traumas, or societal conditioning. In you, they see a reflection of what could be, but they are reminded of the gap between their current reality and their ideal self. This gap can be agonizing, triggering a defensive reaction rather than an embrace of hope. For some, seeing your light ignites a painful sense of inadequacy. They might have once believed in their potential for growth, happiness, or spiritual fulfillment, but feel they have lost their way. Life's challenges, disappointments, or the weight of conformity may have slowly eroded their confidence and clarity. They may see in you the embodiment of that lost potential, a life lived with purpose, a heart aligned with love, and a mind free from fear. But instead of feeling inspired, They may feel confronted by the harsh reality that they've been avoiding their own inner work. It's important to understand that this reaction has little to do with you personally. It's not about your specific actions, words, or choices. It's about the internal dialogue they have been carrying, stories of not being good enough, never being able to change, or always falling short. You, in your radiance, unknowingly force them to confront these limiting beliefs, and rather than face the discomfort of self-examination, they turn that discomfort outward, making you the target of their frustration. You may hear things like, "You think you're better than everyone else," or "Why can't you just be normal?" These statements are not about you. They are about the deep-seated fear that they themselves will never be able to rise to the level of authenticity and spiritual alignment that you have reached. Your success, your light, and your perseverance challenge their self-imposed limitations, and their resentment is a way of avoiding the painful truth that they are capable of so much more if they were only willing to take the journey inward. As a spiritually aligned individual, you possess an innate empathy and sensitivity that allows you to see through the masks people wear. You don't just engage with people on a surface level, you connect with them soul to soul. While this is a beautiful gift, it can also be unsettling for those who have spent their lives constructing elaborate defenses to protect themselves from pain, vulnerability, or rejection. When you interact with others, you often reflect back to them the wounds they have tried so hard to bury. You may notice patterns of insecurity, fear, or self-doubt that they aren't ready to acknowledge in themselves. Even if you never speak these observations aloud, your very presence can make people feel seen in a way that they are not prepared for. Think of it like this. You are a mirror, and when others look into that mirror, they see not only the parts of themselves they are proud of, but also the aspects they have been avoiding. Old wounds, unresolved traumas, or emotional scars. For some, this reflection is empowering, as it offers them the opportunity to heal and grow. But for others, it is terrifying. This is particularly true when it comes to people who have built their identity around their unhealed wounds. These individuals may define themselves by their past hurts or traumas, and your light threatens to disrupt that narrative. Rather than embracing healing, they cling to the familiarity of their pain. And you, as the mirror that reflects back the truth, become the object of their resentment. Your spiritual energy naturally brings hidden shadows into the light. This is a powerful gift, but it also means that some people will react defensively, choosing to lash out at you rather than face the difficult work of healing. They may accuse you of being too sensitive or overly emotional, projecting their own unprocessed feelings onto you in an attempt to avoid confronting their own pain. It's important to remember that these reactions are not your responsibility to fix. While you may be a mirror for others, it is up to them to decide whether they will use that reflection as an opportunity for healing or continue to live in denial of their wounds. Your role is simply to hold space, to be a compassionate presence, and to stay true to your own path of growth and awakening. Chosen ones are known for their resilience. No matter how many obstacles you face, you continue to rise, learning from every setback and growing stronger with each challenge. This strength can be intimidating to those who have not yet cultivated their own resilience. When others see you thriving despite adversity, it can make them feel weak or inadequate. They might wonder why they struggle while you continue to persevere, instead of seeing your resilience as something to admire or emulate. They may lash out in jealousy, attempting to bring you down to their level. Your resilience is a reflection of your connection to the divine and your unwavering commitment to your spiritual path. But for those who are still grappling with their own inner challenges, it can feel like a painful reminder of their own unresolved issues. Another reason chosen ones often face mistreatment is that you serve as a catalyst for change in the lives of those around you. Your spiritual energy doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone you come into contact with. You are like a pebble thrown into a pond, creating ripples that extend far beyond your immediate circle. For some, this change is welcome. They feel inspired by your presence, motivated to begin their own spiritual journeys, or make positive changes in their lives. But for others, change is terrifying. It threatens their sense of stability and forces them to confront uncomfortable truths. Because you are a catalyst for change, you may unintentionally trigger resistance in others. People may react defensively, trying to hold on to old patterns and resist the growth that your presence inspires. This resistance can manifest as mistreatment, criticism, or even outright hostility. Finally, the seventh reason chosen ones face adversity is that you are not of this world in the typical sense. You have a spiritual mission that transcends the materialistic, ego-driven concerns of society. This can make you feel like an outsider, someone who doesn't quite fit into the conventional molds. You may have felt this sense of alienation since childhood, as if you were meant for something greater but couldn't quite place what it was. This feeling of being set apart is not just a personal experience. It's something others pick up on as well. When people sense that you are different, that you don't conform to the norms of society, it can create a sense of discomfort. People are often wary of what they don't understand, and your uniqueness may provoke suspicion, envy, or even aggression. However, this difference is also your greatest strength. You were not meant to fit into the molds created by others. You were meant to break them. Your spiritual mission requires you to stand apart, to shine your light in a world that sometimes prefers darkness. As we've explored today, the challenges faced by chosen ones are not random. They're a reflection of the powerful light you carry and the spiritual journey you are on. Being misunderstood, envied, or even rejected is often part of the path before your greatest breakthrough. It's the universe's way of refining you, testing your resilience, and preparing you for the purpose you're meant to fulfill. Remember, the resistance you face is not about your worth. It's about the brilliance of your spirit illuminating the shadows in others. Stay strong, stay true to your higher calling, and never let the negativity of others dim the light within you. Every trial is a stepping stone toward the breakthrough that will not only elevate you, but inspire those around you. If this message resonated with you, and you're on a journey of spiritual growth and self-discovery, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join our community of light bearers, and let's continue to walk this path together, embracing the challenges and celebrating the breakthroughs to come. Until next time, keep shining, and never forget that your light has a divine purpose.